You are listening to the Savage FINcast, episode 131. Media literacy equals Read Savage Dragon.
Chicago. A criminal mastermind called Overlord held our city in his terrifying grip. Ordinary cops were losing the battle against Overlord's super freaks and mutants. Then, a miracle happened. When I found him, he had no memory of his past. I helped him find an identity and a life. Now we have a fighting chance. Now we have the dragon.
This is the Savage FINcast, the show that is guilty of 34 counts of loving Savage Dragon. My name is Jim Purcell.
I'm Craig Olson.
I'm Raven Perez.
I'm also taking a long pause. I'm Mark Welzer.
And welcome again to a new episode of the Savage FINcast, the internet's only ERIK, LARSEN, and Savage Dragon-based podcast. It's been a month since our last one, right? It's been approximately a month,
if not longer.
It's been what, about a month? Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how you say it's been, and that's the only thing you can think of?
It's true.
Quite the earworm those bare naked ladies have achieved.
Well, it's been a while since we've been able to say
God
something
damn
like
it. That one's even worse. But yeah, we're here. We're going to be talking about Savage Dragon 270. Can you believe it? 270? Man, we're getting up there. Mm-hmm. We have got somewhat packed news and email section, so I suppose we should get into it.
Yeah, man. It's fucking all killer, no filler episode. So if you're expecting long, wandering tirades about things that have nothing to do about Savage Dragon, you're out of luck. You came to the wrong show.
And if that is what you're looking for, I continue to get vetoed over it.
You'll have to wait until another episode to find out if I have or have not yet finished Tears of the Kingdom.
Ooh, hold on, Mark. This just in. Incoming news. Savage Dragon 273 cover was just revealed with guest artist Fernando Pinto doing a variant cover. You, dear listener, you probably don't know who Fernando Pinto is. You uneducated boob. I'm here to help you. He was the guest artist on issue 250's backup, the one called Fifth Avenue Fist Fight. So, Larry, fantastic covers. If you haven't seen them, Google them. But we got a orange doomsday looking fucker with his orange doomsday looking fucking girlfriend behind him.
He is very Doomsday-esque, isn't he, with all the rocks jotting out?
Yeah. I mean, like, don't you think those are some similar-ass looking rocks to Doomsday?
Especially in the fists. His little knuckle claws. Yeah, for sure.
It's like a mix of Doomsday and what's that? The girl from Teen Titans.
Starfire.
Starfire.
That is her costume. Oh, you're right.
Really,
that is her costume.
Her colors, yeah.
Oh my God, Craig. I literally saw a Facebook comment from ERIK where he was looking at a George Perez drawing of Starfire.
Yeah.
And he was like, still one of the most amazing costumes.
Yep.
I'm not fucking kidding you, bro. You cracked the code, dude.
What a quinky
cracking the code.
Savage FINcast news article, cracking the code, bringing you the deep scoop.
I do like those colors together. They kind of pop on that cover.
Orange and purple are a good combination.
Yeah, man.
Grape soda and crush.
And let's give a little love to the guest artist Fernando Pinto because, like, bros, here's what I was saying. This is my observation on this cover. Like, it's a fun cover with the whole dragon family. And, like, it made me realize as I was looking at it with just a bit of sadness that, like, almost any time you get a guest artist doing a pinup, it's Dragon as a cop. Chicago Cop Dragon. And so it's like, what a treat it is to get to see the goddamn Dragon family with Malcolm from modern times.
I might
And they're having a
actually,
blast.
I might actually need to go check the statistics on that. I know we were really disappointed with 200, but I feel like it's gotten better recently.
I mean, in general. Like, in the grand... If someone gets a con sketch, you better bet there's a Chicago Cop badge on his titty.
Yeah,
And we should
I kind of
praise
get
that,
that though in a way.
Yeah, but that's not what the book is anymore, though.
Yeah.
No,
It'd be
but I
like-
mean, if you're going to a con and you're getting a sketch and you're dropping money for or whatever,
Con sketches,
I guess
okay,
yeah,
maybe,
no,
maybe not
I
a
agree.
sketch, maybe a commission or whatever. But
Yeah, because if I'm like
you know,
going to
you
ask
want to
for
get the iconic.
if I'm going to ask for a Spider-Man, it's going to be like a McFarlane or a Dicko or a Larson Spider-Man. Whatever.
Well,
But
fuck me, I guess.
do feel like I do feel like the covers where it's like still like the original Dragon on like an anniversary issue nowadays. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
different. That's
yeah.
different. You should know better.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld. What are you doing?
That's like when somebody
even
does like
tell.
a Batman alternate cover and he's got those short purple gloves from
Right.
Detective Comics 27. Like, yeah, it is. I haven't worn those in a while, guy.
He's got a goddamn gun in his hand, and you're just like, whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
I don't know. I stopped reading Batman a long time ago. What happened? Did I miss anything?
Does Batman still kill people with his gun?
Right. He's got these dumb ears.
Right. Yeah, he still look like a bat. All right, well, that's all the news there was. I mean, to me, I think these are some ass-kicking covers. Anytime Eric does his thing, fuck you. Yeah. For this to be just 2 sweet issues away from it's just crazy to see he's like, well, here's 273, and I'm like, god damn, dude, 2 more covers. 1 more cover reveal, and we get to find out if he's, doing something special for 275. The hype is building.
Yeah, well, the hype is building, and you made a whole post about how you wanted to be a normal ass issue.
It's true.
There's no hype. You want anti-hype. That's what you demand.
You
Raven,
can still
were
have
there-
something shocking happen in the issue, and it doesn't have to be 100 pages.
Exactly.
What were the results of that poll, Raven? Did you?
Yeah, most people wanted it to be a regular sized issue, but like by a very thin margin.
Bunch of
It was
trendy hipsters.
So for the listener, you put a Facebook poll on the Savage Dragon fan page about
Right.
what the different options people would like to see for 275. Just because these 100 pagers seem to kind of knock the schedule off course every time he does them, right?
Yeah, that's all. It was just a little. I got the results real quick, just since we're bringing it up. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since we're bringing it up, since we have a anniversary issue coming up, the book's been doing good. Eric's been keeping a good pace and a clip, but in like 275 could easily be one of those oversized things that just sucks the wind out of the momentum. And so I was just like, hey, do we want to make 275 normal, or like, what's your feelings? 141 voters, 31%. Yeah, 31% said they'd rather it was just normal sized and to keep it going. Right behind that was 28% said that they wanted it to be double sized, not a full 100 pages. And then 25% said that they want it to be oversized and they expect it. So you can see that's like damn near neck and neck.
I mean,
And then
I
there's
could go with a double size. Sounds fair.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
That sounds great.
to be fair, we did just get randomly a 100-page issue in 67.
Yeah, and it killed the schedule. Absolutely destroyed it.
yeah. So
But I wonder if there were some backup stories that didn't run in that issue that he already has banked that he could potentially put into a double sizer for 275.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, remember 267? We were disappointed it was mostly colored Vanguard. So
yeah,
Right.
who knows what didn't get run in that?
Because I
right.
know our story was supposed to run in that, and then Eric said, no, it's bumped. We're just doing the Megaton stuff. So there could be other stories that were finished on time for that are just sitting there ready to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if that's the case, and if he gets it out on time, then that'd be fantastic.
Was it like issue 25 was like a double-sized issue, right? The one with Mighty Man on the cover. Like
Yeah, they had the body function.
Right. I mean,
backstory.
I went through them all. All the 25 anniversaries are all special issues. All of them. They're either double size, 100 pagers, etc. Although I think we determined that a double size issue is the same thing as a 48 or 56 page issue. There were a couple of different possibilities.
Yeah.
Although they've been 100 pagers for the last few, like consistently.
I just feel like every time a 100 pager comes up, it feels like it just sucks the wind out of it.
You lose 6 months.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then you got a $10
I would be fine
book
with
that-
Yeah.
Something tells me that Eric wouldn't be happy with a regular size anniversary issue, but I would be more than happy with just double size if he had to increase it.
He likes the anniversary issues. I mean, I think to him they're what comics are all about. I mean,
Sure.
because
But I think if
it's always been his thing.
275. Sorry, go ahead.
When he talks about it, I mean, when he creates comics, he's creating comics for the creating comics experience, and part of that is celebrating anniversaries.
Yes. Because he doesn't do annuals.
Right.
Like they used to do back in the day,
Yeah.
so he gets his bigger books.
Right.
But I think if 275 is even double, just double, and then if 300 comes out and it's 300 pages, that'll just make that look
Right.
even more impressive, right?
Right. Yeah. Like if 300 comes out, and it's like special 300. It'll be like, oh damn. Yeah.
Right.
It won't matter, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wonder what the downside of like a 100 pager versus just like a double sizing costs. Like if you wanted to jump on a Savage Dragon,
It's probably negligible.
Like $275. I wonder if people would avoid a 100 pager.
I think double sizers can be stapled, but 100 pagers got to be square bound, so I think that adds to the cost maybe. And of course, the price point is always a thing with these things.
Yeah.
'Cause
I saw people crying over that $10 price tag, and I was like, well, this can't be a regular reader because regular readers know it is $10.
Right.
it's my experience that comic readers are terrible at math. They're like the worst. A $10 100 page comic is a better value than a $4 32 page comic.
Right, yeah.
But on the other hand, if you want to do 300, a little smaller size, that'll be a huge issue. That's going to have a lot of eyes on it. People would be more inclined to buy it if it wasn't a $10 book.
Ooh, good point. Like, wasn't Spawn 300 just normal sized?
I don't know.
Asking the wrong people.
Yeah, exactly right.
Well, just to throw
Spawn
an example
fans.
just to throw an example out there, it wasn't an issue 300, but the final issue of Fables, way back, was an entire graphic novel. Was the final issue for issue 150? It was just the final volume. It was just numbered as the volume. And I always thought that was pretty cool. But people were fucking crying about that being a $10 book back then. And that was like almost 150 pages, almost 200 pages.
Yeah, but the thing with that is the final book, so you're not looking to get more readers. That's
Exactly.
Like, all right,
Fair.
you want to finish the story, you got to buy this book.
This is for everybody. Yeah, I mean, those fans were going to get it at some point anyway. They just probably would have got it over a couple months.
Right. But I always thought that was a really cool way to end your series, is just to put out
that's not bad.
the final trade paperback as a standalone issue.
Yeah.
What
it's definitely-
Kirkman did that in the reverse with that.
That graphic novel
kinda like
for
Iron Fist.
Firepower. Firepower.
Yeah, he
issue
started
0.
it off with a graphic novel that was
Yeah.
kind of reduced in cost, I think, or something.
Yep. I came out the same day as issue number 1, actually.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of those surprise things. I don't think he solicited it. I think it just came out the same day as issue 1, and they just used the order numbers of issue 1.
don't remember.
I kind of vaguely remember that being the case.
I remember
These are all
everyone was
great
confused.
things to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. We are not going to ramble this action-packed issue.
Maybe somebody could get an opportunity to ask Eric these things in person.
Perhaps. Okay. Minute 14. News item number 2 begins. Speaking of which, Erik Larsen is to appear at TERRIFICON August 16th through the 18th at Mohegan Sun Arena. Now, why are we talking about this? We don't talk about Erik Larsen's comic convention appearance. Oh, right, it's because I live 15 minutes away. And TERRIFICON is one of the best conventions I've ever been to, of all 2 I've ever been to.
I will vouch for that. I actually went to that con with Jim, and if you have been to Heroes down in the Carolinas, and you know what a great comic creator-centric convention that is, TERRIFICON to me felt like Heroes, but like up north.
Yeah.
And so that's a huge compliment.
It seems like Baltimore too, or no? You've been to Baltimore, right?
You compared it to the Baltimore Comic-Con before.
Did I go to Baltimore Comic-Con?
Yeah,
you're
we
the
were
Baltimore
both at
Raven.
Baltimore together.
We went to Baltimore together? What the
Well,
hell?
we both were at it, and we were both in the same line for ERIK.
But we weren't together. Right. No, it is like that con. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that was in Baltimore.
It was
But,
before
like,
we knew each other, really.
Dude, yeah, that's right. You were getting that commission, and everybody in line was so mad, dude. But like,
I was near Jim Hansen.
they fucking yeah, dude. It's TERRIFICON's an amazing con. Like, Jim is super fucking lucky to be so close to that con. Everybody who's like even remotely in the area and can travel to that con, like, that's a kick-ass Comic Con.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
it's
missed
got,
it when you went.
Yeah, I think you
When you
came
went, Raven, I didn't-
2019, which is right before COVID, I think. As I recall.
It was
Right,
right
and I was
before
planning to go, and then I was like, my vacation was scheduled or something that same, and I couldn't
Yeah.
make it. So with ERIK going, I pulled the trigger this year and got my ticket. So I will be going to.
So that means we're gonna have a Jim and Craig meeting with ERIK there at the same. Feels like something.
I'm
could
excited because it's a lot less awkward when I'm by myself.
Feels like something FINteresting could happen at that con.
We'll see. The unfortunate thing is we're going on Saturday, and I know from experience, Saturday is kind of wall shoulders,
Yeah.
and it's going to really depend on how noisy and busy the room is. But we're definitely going to go talk to ERIK. We're all going to go say hi.
Yeah, you guys should
just
talk
like
to him.
kidnap him.
I don't know.
We'll just kidnap him and force him to draw
We'll
comics we want.
we'll pretend we're having a fan meet and greet and get him in the car, and then we'll just drive around.
I feel if you
we'll
guys
do an
can
interview.
And then we'll
trick
just
him into going to get some ribs with you, you could probably pull that.
I was gonna say food's the way. You just leave a trail of cheeseburgers and just let the magic happen.
Some of that New Haven beats. Get some beats.
a beat. I've never heard of that, but I'm not from here.
Pizza?
I just live here.
It's a pizza thing.
Some New Haven pizza.
Right. There's a small percent of the New Haven area that calls pizza a beats.
Oh, a beat.
Jim, I'm tremendously
it's-
disappointed that there was local pizza and you didn't have me get some.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Just throw a fucking rock.
I'm just
Pizza,
saying.
it's everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying.
I mean,
like,
we were
if there's
we were
some-
at the Mohegan Sun. They had Pepe's Pizza right in the freaking lobby.
If there's a special pizza and I'm in your
Pepe's.
vicinity,
You were right there, dude. You missed it.
Was it Frank Pepe's?
Yeah,
Jim was my host.
He's got his own. He's got like another
location in the
store
casino
yeah.
because it's from Boston, I believe. Maybe I don't know.
No.
I don't know the history of Frank Pepe's Pizza.
No, it's New Haven.
Oh, it's New Haven. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I don't know anything about pizza. I just eat it.
We'll have to consult the Pizza Piecast for this one.
But anyway,
So,
yeah,
I'm sure there
this is in August, the weekend of the 16th. If you are in the tri-state, quad-state area, and you want to meet ERIK LARSEN, he's gonna be there, and I'm gonna be there, and Craig's gonna be there. So,
Who knows who else could show up?
who else could indeed? Mystery guests. I don't know. We're all in talks. It's a few months out. We got time to make decisions.
Yeah, we're
There's
workshopping it.
negotiations.
But it is exciting.
think
ERIK's
we should
coming.
just get a whole
I wanted
caravan.
ERIK to be there for like since I started going. So the fact his name popped up was like super exciting to me because I had met him at a con before. I went to Boston Comic Con like 10 years ago, and other than meeting ERIK, that was like the worst con I've ever been to. It was just the worst. I won't get into the details because we don't have time, but it was not a good first impression of that convention.
We don't have time, folks.
Yeah.
But it was nice to meet Eric.
All right. So shall we jump on to the next, for the sake of time, the next...
We gotta keep
news
moving.
item?
We don't have time. Craig, go. We don't have time. Go,
All right. Dragon meets Blood Squad 7. So I don't know if you listeners know about this comic, but issue 1 just dropped...
Like last week. I think it was last week. I read
last week. I don't know when this podcast will be released, but recently.
Oh yeah, it'll be like 2 weeks.
The month of May, Blood Squad 7 #1 came out, which is a Joe Casey book. He's kind of doing the Image nostalgia thing, and basically it's about Youngblood in a way. He's just kind of changed the images because Rob Liefeld no longer owns Youngblood, so.
Right.
He's changed the characters. They somewhat represent the Youngblood cast.
Yep.
And it's kind of a story about them getting the Youngblood group back together again. I guess it's kind of set in real time. So
it is. The first issue references the old celebrity style of the team and makes some observations about how it ultimately shook out. So it's primarily about building a new team off the same concept, but in a more effective manner, I suppose.
Sure.
I don't have a lot of love for Youngblood, but I'm reading it because I like Joe Casey.
And Joe Casey's done a few Youngblood series before, so he's got a lot of
experience with this sort of team.
With it.
Yeah.
Yep. And so the reason why we're talking about it here is because on issue 2, one of the characters who's kind of the stand-in for Bad Rock gets into fisticuffs with Dragon. And it's basically them just replaying the fight from issue 3 of the miniseries. And the reason why I know that is because Image Comics posted a 5-page or 3-page preview, I think.
Yeah, it's basically a shot-for-shot recreation of the same fight. So it does beg the question: is this retcon? Well, of course, in the way that Image universe works, it's only true in the Blood Squad 7 corner.
That's the way this comic plays out.
Yeah,
they are the Youngblood.
They are the Youngblood. Yeah, exactly.
Is it like a 1-to-1? Like there's an archery guy and
Seems to be.
So. Yeah, if you look at the preview pages on the Image Facebook page, there's like a rock guy, and basically the variant cover on this is drawn by Jim Rugg, which is an awesome cover, and it's Dragon looking at the rock guy, who's the Bad Rock stand-in. And when you're looking at it, panel for panel, where they homage every panel from the miniseries, there's kind of like this swords guy that's a stand-in for Shaft. He's got kind of the same colors, and there's like an android guy that's a stand-in for Die Hard. So it's a lot of one for one on that, but then there's a lot of like Jim said, they're kind of putting back together a new Youngblood. I think it's going to be a mix of old and new characters.
Yeah, so there's a legacy aspect to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, and it also ties in, I think, with the Dutch
it's a spin-off,
series that
really.
just came out. Yeah.
Yeah, characters
so
characters that appeared in there are main characters in this one.
Yeah, and so I think the good thing is, a lot of times we see these variant covers, and it's just just the cover, and Dragon doesn't really appear on the inside, but it looks like he's definitely on the inside, and that gives me hope that maybe we'll see other characters kind of cross over in future issues.
Yeah.
So.
Now I know it was talked
fun.
about online that this is one of the few Dragon covers that wasn't drawn by Eric, even though Dragon is actually in this issue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because Eric's been doing a lot of variant covers, and then the one issue that Dragon's actually in, he doesn't do the variant cover. But honestly, if you've seen the Jim Rugg cover, he did a great job. Like,
yes,
his Dragon is A+. Very 90s
we know
with the glasses.
We know that Jim is a huge fin head. I mean, like he's like wears it on his sleeve. So Yeah, if you're going to get somebody who's not Eric to do a guest cover for you featuring Savage Dragon, god damn. Can't go wrong with Jim Rugg.
It looks perfect, honestly. I really like it.
Well, that'll be great to satisfy everybody who loves the old 90s versions of Savage Dragon when he was a cop, when he was fighting Bad Rock, which leads us to, I think, the next thing on our list here, which is the Savage Dragon Vault Edition Volume 1 hardcover. This is a basically, what do you call those? The artist editions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be oversized 12 by 17, including archival quality reproductions of the artboards, and for every image that was used in Savage Dragon 1 through 3, this is the original miniseries, as well as the Dragon 1 through 5, which was a reprint of the miniseries with new materials. So basically anything that was in that includes covers and pinups, all that, we're going to get high definition black and white scans of these pages, and that'll be coming out in September 4th. That's 144 pages black and white. This is a $150 book. So if there's anyone that needs commissions, I know Raven and I are more than available.
I think on a lot of some of those websites you can get it knocked down at least like $20 or $30 too on some of those like in stock trades or something like that.
120 still sounds like a lot when you're poor.
Yeah,
but
I mean that's how much a lot of those go for though. They're just kind of
yeah. That's 144 pages of the huge 12 by 17. So it's gonna look great, and you can tell even from the cover. There's like little whiteout shit on there, caked on there.
Yeah,
you can see all the. That's.
I own a couple of Jack Kirby, the IDW artist editions.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as close as you're gonna get to owning the original art. It's pretty awesome. You know, you get to see all that whiteout and mistakes and eraser marks and techniques that they use. It's really, really cool to look at.
I'm very excited for this. I'm sick of buying the miniseries so many times, but
Buy it again.
this is one
This
of the
is really a
exceptions.
different animal, though. You're not really.
Yeah.
What are you
gonna
talking
read
about? I got all
like
this.
that.
I got all this in the archives.
No, it's really different. It's really like looking at original art.
I got to ask you, like, so do you guys really think that this is something like Joe, like average Finhead has to have? I mean, and especially at that price point, like, is that something you think these bad boys are going to be flying off the shelf, or?
I'm not
No,
buying it.
I don't think the average person has that. I think someone that's a huge Erik Larsen fan is
Psychotic
gonna
people
want it.
like us, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, for the same reason why I bought like the Kirby ones. Like, I'm a huge Kirby fan. I want to see what is, like I said, it's as close as you're gonna get to owning original art without paying, insane amount of money.
Fair.
So for me, instead of owning, whatever it is, there's how many issues of like worth of original art, it makes it worth it for me to look
I
at.
think it should be a total of 5, right? It's one.
Well, it's-
Dragon 1 through 5.
It's 8. It's the miniseries plus 1 through 5. So.
Yeah. I'll tell you, like I look at
Well,
my
no,
like
it's the
Command
Dragon.
one.
The Dragon miniseries.
It's the Dragon.
Oh wait, you're right.
Yes.
It's the same thing twice. Because that's what
No.
It's
Oh.
the Dragon.
Oh,
1
no.
through
3 plus the additional material from the Dragon. So the
there it is.
so the
They were the 99
so the
cent
so the
reprints.
image zero stuff. The
Mhm.
anyway.
Operation Urban Storm.
That stuff.
and
So-
some of the
so
stuff
really-
from Megaton Man, and
So really, it is just the miniseries again, only
Yeah.
with the expanded material from the trade paperback.
Yep, and all the pinups and covers and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
like
for
I said,
those who
I don't
want
think
that-
everyone needs it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
those who are going
It's
to
cool
enjoy
that
it,
it's
enjoy
there.
it. Because I ain't buying it. Ain't for me.
Yeah, you're more of a story guy. Like, we're
Exactly.
art nerds.
I don't need the art.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is
Save
as
it.
much as I would actually love to, get my hands on this thing or whatever. Like, dude, I just can't spend 150 smackers on the miniseries yet again. And so I too will be bowing out. It's just not for me. As much as I love Dragon, that's just not my. I'm not going to be able to get that.
Listen, if somebody wants to get one for me, I'll draw something very cool for them.
Ooh.
And if somebody sends me 2, I'll have to get Raven's address.
So let's go ahead and take the news, which was going to be tight and quick. Let's take the news out on a low note. Savage Dragon shows up on the cover variant for Free Agents #1. Confirmed that Dragon's not actually in the comic. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's an order initiative. You got to get 25 orders in a store before you get that one variant. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks for anyone who
And-
would want it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, it's Scalper's delight. Like, this is the kind of shit, like, Scalpers, which are all over Savage Dragon, like, stink on shit anyway. And so, good luck
There's
getting
going
this
to be a lot of
motherfucker.
posts about people trying to sell these on the Facebook group page.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And I mean, prepare
Very
for
next
this to
day.
be, like, fucking $80 on eBay.
That all being said, I am looking forward to this because I like Kurt Busiek comics.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah,
sounds
music's
cool.
great.
And this is also an homage to Fantastic Four #25, Hulk versus Thing. So
Yeah.
it's
Another
wanted to
anniversary
add that
issue.
in.
Their first fight. So I guess...
It looks cool. I just wish it wasn't such a heavy incentive. Like a, would you say 25?
25.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like we
So
were
if
saying,
your
kind of-
store gets 25 copies, they'll have one of these.
yeah, it's like what Midtown Comics and 2 other stores.
Right. Yeah.
Go to your local shop, pay them $100, and you'll get one copy.
Right. That's what I'm saying, is that it's like, and we know from ERIK that there's no reason for that silliness. Like, if
Yeah.
there's a Savage Dragon variant you want, you just ask for it.
Just order it.
Yeah. You just order it, and you get it. So I guess I'll be enjoying my high-quality JPEG printout of this cover.
Just gonna staple it on.
Yeah, exactly. Goddamn comics. Fantastic. That's the news, guys. We did it.
We did it
Yes.
within 30 minutes or less, or your money back.
Man,
So
we
let's,
should
How
be.
much
Let's
is
jump
the
into our-
subscription for this?
What's that?
No. I'm delaying the inevitable here. Let's keep moving.
The inevitable FINteresting Conversation question from last episode. And do I have this right, or was there something more to it? Was it, what did we ask? Should Savage Dragon do away with explicit sex, or was it phrased a different way?
That was it,
I don't
verbatim.
quite remember.
That was it,
Okay.
verbatim.
Should Savage Dragon go chaste?
Yeah. Would it help
So
the
our
book?
Our FINteresting Conversations are where we kind of pose a question, or we take a question posed by our readers and we throw it out there for you guys to respond to. I know we got a couple of responses in our emails, and so let's jump into that. Before I do that, though, if you want to add your 2 cents, go to savagefincast@gmail.com and add your FINteresting Conversation request or answer our new one, which we'll talk about after we go through these letters.
All right, first email. What's up, boys? Been a while since my last letter, and you guys seem pretty dry on that front, so here I am. Little late to the issue 268 podcast, but it was great. I was pretty much laughing the whole time, and it was great to have Raven back. Welcome back, you dirty animal. We all missed you.
Thanks, Guy.
Somebody had to. Also, hope to have Mark stay as a regular moving forward. You guys make an awesome foursome.
Nah, screw that guy.
Perhaps even a...
All right, this is my last issue.
So as far as the FINteresting Conversation, I would love to see a team-up of Malcolm and my other favorite comic characters, the Goon and Frankie. Now, this is in response, I think, to a FINteresting Conversation from 2 episodes ago.
Right.
This would be a dream of mine, although ERIK Powell, Goon's creator, strikes me as a bit of a tight ass when it comes to all the over-sexualized fun in Dragon. So, sex scene might have to sit that issue out. Is that true? I don't read the Goon.
I don't get that from it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
like the Goon. I enjoy the Goon.
Yeah, I tried to get into it, but I never quite got into it.
I didn't know he was like a prude, but
Yeah, I didn't think so. What do I know?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Though I'd love to see the chemistry between Malcolm Dragon's kids and Walter and the little unholy bastards, the menacing group of orphans from the Goon. Fun could ensue. Not to mention, I'd love to see Goon and Dragon face off. Loving that issues 267, 268, and 269 all have come out on such a regular basis. Hopefully ERIK keeps up the momentum going. Mark, I thought your Roughneck backstory was great, as he's probably one of all of our favorite rogues at this point, as he's been around longer than Malcolm.
It's true.
Picked up all 3 covers of 33 and 34 of Philadelphia for the dope covers, but haven't been very impressed with the story, especially strange as having Malcolm as a cop was such a brief period. I feel like the writers are kind of out of the loop when it comes to Dragon, which makes me wonder why even have Malcolm in the book if you don't know the characters. Don't get me wrong, I love the Dragon exposure, just feel this one is a bit kind of weird. As of the recent years, my love for comics has diminished, but my love for Dragon hasn't swayed a bit. Last year was a rough with such a light output, but Dragon and Erik Larsen keeps my love of comics alive. I know you guys aren't all big gamers, but my question is, if Savage Dragon were to be made into a video game, which genre would you like to see it in? Fighting one-on-one like Mortal Kombat, classic side-scroller? I'd love a third-person action RPG, progressing through the cool story, seeing all of our favorite characters along the way. Hope to see more content from you guys as well this year, as far as retros and spin-off, etc. Until next time, cheers, fellas. Peter Cruz. I'll always say I want to have a Super Nintendo or NES style side scroller Savage Dragon game. That is my dream Dragon game. The 1992 video game we never got. That's my ideal. But a third person action game like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry would be awesome. Probably too.
Especially the way he suggests it with you just basically being able to play through the story. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Of course.
Craig, I don't know if you remember this, Craig, but there was a Savage Dragon video game in the early 2000s on the internet that like somebody made.
I don't remember that. No.
I don't.
You don't remember this
either? No.
Okay. If somebody listening could help us out of the details, I remember I downloaded it onto my PC. Only thing I remember about it was there was Horde was dropping leeches from the top of the screen, and you were Dragon at the bottom shooting up at them. It was real simple. I think there was only like 2 levels. It was basically just one screen game.
I love it, dude.
But I can't remember who made it. It was somebody from the FAO would probably remember because it may have been on the website.
It had to have been like a Flash game or something from the old.
Yeah, it was real simple. It was like I say, early 2000s.
I want like a retro, like Final Fight. Pick 4 characters.
Fuck yes.
Be like Dragon, Barbaric, Dart, and like Super Patriot.
Fuck
and that
yes.
that would be so awesome to me. Like if someone please make that.
So like Craig basically has the same answer as me, and the beautiful thing about this moment in time having that answer is that genre, which was like fucking long maligned in the press and like treated like a black sheep of gaming, and people were like, "Oh, it's a primitive, stupid type of video game. We're past that. That's too dumb. That's shitty." Has had a renaissance, and what you may not know, Craig, is there has been like a flood.
Yeah, like the Ninja Turtles and stuff like that.
Yeah, Streets of Rage. There's been that like that new.
Well,
Streets
the thing
of
is,
Rage.
not everyone wants to invest 200 hours into a video game. Sometimes it's just nice to play a game for an hour or less and be done.
Yeah.
You know? Like, doesn't have to be so involved all the time.
But they found a way to bring that genre is back. Lady Death is getting a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
That's cool.
It's in fucking progress as we speak. So, dude, Hell yeah, dude. Side-scrolling beat 'em up, always my answer.
I don't have an answer. I guess if they could make Dr. Mario Savage Dragon related somehow, I'd play that.
Hey,
All right. Well, with
hold on, I'm so sorry.
should we jump to the next one?
One last thing, and
Go
I
ahead.
don't want to drag it out, but Peter Cruz gave me two things I want to bring up, and like, there's never going to be a better time to bring them up. For one, just real quick for Peter, you may think that Eric Powell doesn't fucking necessarily play with that kind of like weird shit that like Eric puts in Dragon. However, I do want all Goon fans to remember that there was a special issue called Satan's Butt
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, and it was like had the black, like it was like pre-bagged because it. Yeah.
You read that
I don't
one too?
understand where that comes. I have that issue.
I have that too.
Yeah, I have like every issue of Goon because I really enjoy the art. The story sometimes, it doesn't always grab me, but I like the concept.
I think the art is always immaculate too. I think the Goon, this is a really good pick because the Goon is one of the few great North American indie comic characters that Dragon hasn't teamed up with in any way, shape, or form.
And honestly, they share so much in common because Eric Powell's not afraid to make like real cartoony looking characters, but then also real like like American comics, like superhero type looking stuff.
Yeah. So that is a killer pick. The other thing I'm saying, I'm trying to keep it tight and move it because we are trying to get on. But dudes, you know how he says sex scene, and for the listener, you're not getting this, but for us, we get to see the email, and he's got it as Maxine spelled SEXXINE. Okay. So like I saw that last time we did a FINcast when the guy said he was tired of Maxine, and I was like, oh dude, that's so funny. There is a horror movie trilogy about sex and murder called X, and then the middle one's Pearl, and then the third movie's coming out, and the main character is named Maxine, and the title of the movie is Maxine with the multiple X's because it's like sex related.
Oh, I thought she was straight edge.
And so I know that doesn't really fit in there anywhere, but dear Fin heads, just saying, there's some kind of weird cosmic like serendipity shit with that. I don't know. At any rate, moving along.
All right. Next letter is from Juan, who's a long time Fin addict.
Finadick.
Finadict.
He's a real Benedict Arnold.
So he writes in, says, "Hey fellas, so glad to hear Raven back on the podcast. I forgot how much fun his banter brings to the conversation. Thank you. Not to diminish what Mark Welser brought to the table. If anyone had to fill in as a replacement, you couldn't find anyone who would fit in better than our favorite Dragon aficionado. Congrats to Mark on his backup story in 268. The Gods of Brutality Kickstarter campaign. Can't wait to see that collected edition, and to whoever commissioned the Savage Dragon / Spider-Man 21 homage from my main man, hats off to you. It's almost as cool as the Malcolm Dragon / Gods of Brutality commission." That's a lot of insider baseball there.
Right.
But Mark's been going crazy with his commissions and doing a lot of cool like Savage Dragon homage pieces and things like that, and Easter egg type stuff, which is real fun to look at.
A lot of commissions for Savage Dragon. Not a single person asked me to draw one of my characters, but that's fine.
Juan goes on to say, "Count me in on being utterly confused with the Philadelphia crossover. I love the idea of it, and the art is really awesome, but the writer did no one any favors easing possible new readers into the world of Philadelphia. Still, having Malcolm in a comic with fucking Blackula of all characters is a pretty novel idea, and it's probably as close as we'll ever get to having a Malcolm crossover with a classic Universal style monster. It does make me wish we'd get a proper horror-themed Malcolm arc.
Yes.
The two previous horror-themed arcs in the book I can think of are Debbie being resurrected as a zombie by her fiend-possessed mother and the Hellboy arcs. I also picked up the Hack/Kill Your Idols one-shot. Between this, Philadelphia, and the almost monthly release of the main book, I'm feeling like we're in a mini Savage Dragon renaissance again. Not sure how much this feast will last, but I'm appreciating it nonetheless." In regards to the previous FINteresting Conversation, Raven mentioned a Scott Pilgrim crossover, which would be cool, but I'm surprised no one mentioned Maxine wearing a Scott Pilgrim shirt in issue 250. Not really a crossover, but still fun to see a reference in the book. Seeing as we're starting to edge into the third phase of the book with Malcolm's kids being in the spotlight, I was thinking a good crossover would be with one of the Dragon kids, preferably Tyrone, teaming up with young Hellboy, giving us another proper horror-themed dragon story. Maybe Tyrone gets thrown into the past and teams up with the young Hellboy and gets into some classic Hellboy shenanigans. Since Mignola is not much for drawing a full book nowadays, it would be really awesome to see Craig Rousseau tackling art chores on it. I really enjoyed his young Hellboy and Perhaps Not's comics. On to issue 268 and 269. It was interesting hearing your guys' takes on Maxine and the bullied schoolgirl in this issue. The way I initially read that first sequence with the bullied schoolgirl, I thought that first page of her was a meme viral video of someone playing an even more exaggerated YouTube version of Maxine, which prompted Maxine's internet rant the following page. It wasn't until the second sequence of her exploding her schoolmate's head was when I realized that was what was actually happening. What a sequence to follow up with that Mickey Mouse page. Speaking of, I still can't believe how good it feels to get an almost monthly dose of Savage Dragon again. 269 feels like Erik's got his running feet back under him, and he's firing on all cylinders. Not only is he establishing a crazy ongoing story arc with noted sex creep Mickey Mouse, he's also bringing back the SOS with the return of the Johnson twins and the Spider-Girls. Pretty awesome to see Big Fish still running around too. That guy goes all the way back to graphic fantasy / Megaton days, with his first appearance in Savage Dragon 59 were homage pages back to his pre-Savage Dragon days. With the reveal of the cover of Savage Dragon 270, we know Mickey's plot is going to go on for at least a couple more issues. I'm really wondering how this will resolve. I wonder if Erik could get permission to use Leonard the Duck one more time to have him come out of retirement and whoop Mickey's ass. It's a shame, however, that Erik didn't fulfill Raven's 269's prediction, which we can get. Maybe we can get 3 of them in 369. It was also really cool seeing my first letter printed in the book in 269. Hard to believe I've been reading since the very beginning and only now tried my hand at writing a letter. I previously had my artwork published as the back cover of 266. That was with all like the little faces, I think. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
right? The little squares with all the different characters. Yeah.
Yep.
But didn't have anything of note to say. I didn't have much to say this time either, but it was fun seeing Erik directly address my fanboyish question in the book. I just finished a second art collage, so hopefully I can go 3 for 3 and get my stuff in one more issue before the big 300. Anyway, can't wait to hear the next FINcast and FINcast Retro. It's always a treat to hear you guys talk about my favorite funny book, Juan. Well, thanks for writing in, Juan.
Yeah, he brings up a lot of good stuff, actually.
Yeah.
With the horror stuff. There was for a while, Powerhouse and them, they were like hunting monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that the Monster Hunter kind of thing
Yeah.
that was going on with them. That was really cool. And Frank Fosco was killing it on art chores with like the real dark kind of inks and stuff like that, like the nighttime
Yeah, those were good. I always wanted to see more of that dynamic of them just hunting down monsters. And I think we've only had like, 2, maybe 3 of those backups?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But I agree. I could read a fucking spin-off of that.
Yeah, a whole book, a whole series of it, yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying that. Like, those are always my favorite when we get one of those Fosco backups. I still can't believe that Juan just got his first letter published. That kind of, as I was reading that, I was like, what?
Yeah, I thought he had to be lying to us, right? There's no... I feel like he's had it in before. No, he's wrong. Juan, you're wrong. You've written him before. You've had several letters. I've read them. We all read them, and they were great.
It's hard because, like, if you are a regular on any of the Facebook, like, groups for Savage Dragon, or if you, even on the forums, like, Juan, and he is, like, as he alluded to in the beginning of the thing, he is a big commissioner of cool Savage Dragon pieces. Doesn't he have that amazing sketchbook full of other artists drawing Dragon too?
Yeah.
I think he's got like 3 books at this point. But yeah, every page is a different artist doing Savage Dragon.
And they're fucking incredible.
And he's always got the posts with like the 6 different variants of every like issue that he's collected, like one in Spanish, one in like Italian,
stand
or something. I don't know.
He's insane.
Yeah, big presence on forums, apparently. First time letter hack.
That is incredible. It's news to me. I thought for sure he would have written.
He said after 30 years, it's time.
All right. He was waiting for that Roughneck story.
That's what it was. Leonard the Duck as a way to beat up Mickey Mouse is fucking incredible, by the way.
Yeah, I do like that idea.
Oh, it's good. That's good stuff.
I don't know what Leonard the Duck is up to now.
Fuck all.
Steve Gerber is dead. So
he's up to fuck all. He's doing nothing. He's doing nothing. He's doing nothing. He's sitting on the shelf.
We'll see Leonard the Duck and Jimbo the Mighty Lobster. They'll be teaming up.
What's your guys' prediction? Does Mickey Mouse die?
Oh, it's got to, right?
I feel like we talked about this before. Like he's got to have like a real violent, grisly death, right?
Jim,
I don't know. Did we talk about it? Maybe I'm forgetting.
I thought we did.
Jim,
Did I imagine? I might be imagining FINcast episodes.
Jim, you're a fan of comic characters who use quote-unquote toon physics.
Yeah.
Do you predict that Mickey will use toon physics in this fight with Malcolm?
I'm not sure. I actually have 2 minds on that. On the one hand, yeah, that would be pretty funny to have a cartoon character, have Malcolm fight a cartoon character, and with all that entails. But on the other hand, it kind of feels like Eric is treating Mickey as like a actor or a star, and I kind of feel like he could get squished like a grape with a superhuman fist.
He seems like he exists in the actual reality that the other characters live in.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks like a cartoon mouse. He appears to be a person.
Right.
What does that mean? Who the hell knows? Is Eric going to delve into it? I doubt it.
You mean Eric wouldn't flesh out an idea ripe with potential?
I don't think he'll flesh out the Toontown of Savage Dragon, no.
He becomes the next major villain.
I mean, there's that, too. What if... I mean, that would be pretty incredible, although I feel like he might step on Glum's toes as a diminutive freak.
Well, there was that story Eric did in Marvel Comics Presents with Excalibur when they fought essentially the Looney Tunes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Was there cartoon physics in that one? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I mean, I totally remember the Marvel Comics Presents issues, but...
Yeah.
Weren't they called the Loonies?
There's something like the Loonies, yeah, or like the Lunatics or something like that.
Tweety Bird and Sylvester the Cat and stuff.
It was so obvious. Like, he didn't even try to change it. Like it's them with like shitty costumes on.
Yeah, weren't they like oddly realistic proportionally? Or
yeah,
I don't think so. Were they?
No?
I think they were. I don't think he did very cartoony. I think he did the weird.
Yeah, I think they were just cartoony proportions, but like rendered in that late '80s, early '90s Larsen style, with the Terry Austin inks probably.
I guess what I'm really asking is, will Mickey pull out a giant hammer and flatten Malcolm into a pancake that then walks around a little?
Maybe Guy and Duder will appear and rape him to death.
I don't think so. I think. What's that?
If there were cartoon physics in this story, would you guys accept it? Would you embrace it? Would you like it? Would you think it was inappropriate?
I'd love it.
Yeah, would you?
I'd love it. Dude, this book has had so much weird shit in it, and it's a love letter to cartooning in general. And I don't think Savage Dragon has had cartoon physics represented overly in any way. So it could be a chance to see Eric, stretch that vocabulary into Dragon just a tiny bit, I would love it.
I don't think I would even look twice just because all the wacky shit that's happened in the book, post issue 100. That it's just kind of anything goes at this point.
It is one of the wells he hasn't dipped into yet, so who knows? We could see.
Although I do feel like if that happens, it would feel very like Roger Rabbit-ish, like like Jim's kind of saying, like it would. I don't know. It's a little weird, but
I guess it's just not clear where Mickey Mouse stands. If he's a real person, if he was a cartoon that became real, or
I'm reading it kind of like I think as you were saying it, that he's kind of he's a mouse, but he's kind of playing a part. So he acts like an innocent mouse maybe on the screen, and then he's a scumbag that
in real life, yeah.
I also don't think we're gonna get any answers about Mickey Mouse's origin.
Mickey Mouse as sex pest.
Right.
So good, dude.
Well, should we move on to the next letter?
No, we should dwell here for a while.
All right.
Who's reading next?
That would be me. This is a letter from Ben, who did not sign his last name.
Dover.
Ben, well, could be Ben Dover. It says, "Hey Finheads, thanks for doing the show. Big fan. I won a trivia contest you guys ran years ago, and you sent me a Larsen variant cover of Jersey Gods. I still treasure it. I appreciate what you guys do for the Savage fan community. Here's my topic. Suggestion. The real-time aspect of Dragon sets it apart from every other superhero book. Has there ever been another long-running real-time comic? Question. What other comic IP would you like to have seen set in real time? This is an alternate history question in which Batman, Spider-Man, and Fantastic Four, whatever, was set in real time. What would you choose and why? Keep it up, pals. Ben." P.S. It's not Savage Dragon related anyway, but if you're interested, check out my forthcoming album. Ben's got an album coming out at indoorcondor.bandcamp.com/album/candy-macabre. That's MACABRE. We haven't listened to this yet. I don't know. Have you guys listened to it?
No.
I have not had a chance, but I will. I love when readers dump like extra stuff on me because, dude, I've found some cool, talented Finheads.
Yeah.
Okay, but just to let everyone know, we have not listened to this. This is not an endorsement. If there's anything weird in Ben's music, that's up to Ben. All right? That's not Jim's fault.
Yeah.
That's between Ben and Anthony Fantano.
There better not be any cringe in this album that I don't endorse.
Right. You'll hear from Jim. Oh, you'll probably hear from Craig.
Did you like it? Did you love it? What
No
did you think of
Sublime.
it? No Sublime.
If it's gonna be ska.
You haters.
Ska's okay, but no Sublime.
I feel like a name like Candy Macabre isn't ska.
It could be though. It could be
It'd
the
be
most
Candy
Indoor Condor.
Well, it would be Candy Macabre, right?
Macabre. They are most definitely Indoor Condor, and the album is most definitely Candy Macabre. So that is definitely how URLs work, you guys.
I don't know how I don't know what a band camp is. I'm an elderly man.
It's the best way.
He's got vinyl too.
It's Bandcamp's amazing. You can get tapes, you can get vinyl, and the music goes right to the musician. Bandcamp is the shit if you want to support musicians.
That's where I buy most of my records, through Bandcamp, because you get the digital copy, you get the vinyl, and you're supporting.
It's a way to buy indie music is what Bandcamp is, and it's been around for a long time.
Yeah. They also have that 0% day where 100% of the money goes to the band and Bandcamp takes nothing. So if you really want to support musicians, they have special events for that. Bandcamp kicks ass.
And a lot of time the bands put out special things for those days to get people to buy a little more, which is cool.
So
do you think on Bandcamp there are any other long-running real-time comics that they can find on Bandcamp?
Probably not, being Bandcamp about music.
Oh.
But I can,
How about in other
I can
venues?
name at least two.
Okay.
Judge Dredd, which has been ongoing real time for about 45 years.
I didn't know that was real time.
Oh yeah, I mean it's fudgy real time, but approximately 1 year passes every year of the comic.
Okay.
It's not like Dragon where it's kind of obsessive about it, but it does imply that time has passed significantly. Characters have grown up from children to adults, stuff like that.
But not Dread, huh?
Oh no, I mean 80's the new 40.
Keeps on ticking, huh?
It's the future. He just got all of his skin redone.
Oh, Coke.
That was a
I
whole
like
story.
that. I like that workaround.
Yeah, it's the future, and a lot of money gets put into keeping Dredd in tip-top shape because apparently when he shows up, crime dips like 20% just by his presence, because he's that notable. But anyway,
Just like
also
me.
Astro City is also technically real time. The only deal with that is it isn't an ongoing title; it's just that whenever it comes back, it assumes time has passed since the last time you saw it. Yeah,
I feel like anything that's got to be real time has got to be like a long running comic. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter, right?
Right,
Agreed.
of course. Trying to think of other notable ones that aren't just like jumping around their timelines, which does happen in certain books.
Yeah, there's a lot of time shifts, but I think real time is much more the gradual progression of time.
Right, accepting that things change and whatnot, and the thing is to be a quote unquote real time book, you can't have time skips or time skips
Right.
forward, which means Invincible is invalidated.
Yeah, so is One Piece.
Sure, yeah, a lot of manga have time skips as
Yep.
like a feature.
Yeah.
And so that you can't really consider those to be real time.
Nope. 25 years wasted.
Yeah, I think only like
Something like-
I think only 6 months have passed in the time of One Piece.
Yeah, shouldn't have done those time skips, you fuckers.
So listeners, don't read One Piece.
Yeah.
That's what Jim's saying.
It's too late. Not real time enough.
And Raven agrees.
I think
there have been some interesting like comics that Marvel and DC have put out that take the concept of their characters and make real time versions of them, like Spider-Man Life Story. But it's not really the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel does a lot of weird shit though, like where they'll be real time for a little bit and then they'll be like stop, like Fantastic Four, you know,
Yeah,
like they'll have a kid,
Yeah. I mean the
and then
first.
they'll be like, all right, well now,
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the weird thing with them is like the first 100 issues of Fantastic Four with Lee and Kirby were kind of a real time comic, and then it just kind of gets frozen in amber after that.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
like
weird
they're
when
reading-
like Peter Parker's been in high school for 20 like he's had like 50 different presidents that have shown up.
Well, that's the thing. Spider-Man was mostly real time as well for a long time because he was in high school and then he was in college and then he never left young adulthood.
Still in college.
Still perpetually in college.
I hate when they reference like real politicians too, like you'll be reading X-Men and they'll be like Ronald Reagan or something. And it's like, oh,
'Cause
that doesn't work quite well now. Or like Magneto being a Holocaust survivor, and it's like, all right, well now we got to figure out how to make him age slowly.
or Punisher being from Vietnam. That's
Oh
Marvel.
my God, yeah.
Marvel had to create a fake Vietnam to sort all of these war origins. You know,
Right.
Is that true?
that is true. They made up a jungle war that can be part of the sliding timeline where Tony Stark got his heart injury and Frank Castle fought and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say Iron
How do
Man
they- how do
was
they
another
explain,
nom, wasn't he?
Nick Fury with World War II. Cause
Well,
he
has his
fight with Captain America.
He has his Infinity Serum that makes him immortal. He's
all
ageless
right.
because of magic
Man.
chemicals.
Fuck comics.
What about Dum Dum Duggan?
Dumb.
I don't know how he survived. Probably a life model decoy at this point.
Infinity Serum.
Yeah, that's been the case since the 90s. That's not even new.
What a crock of shit.
I think it's best to just not even bring this stuff up in your books.
I
You
mean,
know what I mean? Just pretend like
Just make
don't
fake
even question
wars
it.
and fake politicians.
Don't make
if you're
fake
not
wars.
gonna have, if you're not gonna have real time, then don't reference
I
anything
th-
real.
look,
Trust
I
that
think-
the readers are smart enough to realize that this shit's fake,
Well, here's the thing. Like aside from like real time and all this shit, you just don't want to date your fucking work as much as you can, right? So you don't want those long monologues about Seinfeld being so funny because that's probably going to age like fucking dog shit. And so you really want to try and just have, Larry Meinfeld, be the, and everyone reads and it's like, oh, that's a Seinfeld nod. But like,
Yeah.
I guess that's a total now mindset though, because when those things are coming out, no one, not many people. Well, maybe in the 80s, but not in the 60s. You're probably like, well, people aren't going to reading this forever.
I believe
they're going to read it and throw it out.
It takes both. I believe it takes both kinds. I think you need the kind of comics that last forever and are stupid if you think about them for 5 seconds. And then you also need the real-time comics that age with their audience and their creator. And I think both is better than one or the other.
yeah, obviously, I mean, there's a room for every kind of comic in comics. Yeah. I just think if you have like Spider-Man shaking hands with like fucking Ronald Reagan and he's still in high school, that's going to be dumb as shit. Like later down the road.
And then
that's why the sliding time
later he's beating up Barack Obama and
that's why the sliding timeline exists. It's not supposed to be continuity isn't real.
Lazy.
It doesn't matter.
It's lazy. When I see Damian Wayne you
read it in the context of the time it was made.
When I see Damian Wayne next to Nightwing, I'm like, how must that feel? To be like, yeah, I grew up and fucking there's a new kid, but you're the same Bruce.
Right.
How the fuck? How? What? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just turn my brain off and give you my money. Here you go. Fuck me, I guess.
I don't know.
Now, do you think
Bruce Wayne's still 32?
There's so many non-Marvel and DC comics that do this that I can't see it being a problem.
No, but he also, to the other part of his question, is what other comic do you think would
Benefit.
be interesting to see as a real time?
It's
comic.
Such a hard question to like retroactively add it to things because you know what? Mirage Ninja Turtles was a real time comic, but again, it had long gaps where it wasn't published, but it assumed time had passed.
See, the Ninja Turtles, though, would suck to be real time because once they're kind of dead, unless they can have kids somehow, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were.
You can't really replace Ninja Turtles.
Fair.
They still call them the teenage.
Well, the teenage part's the funky part,
true too.
But they were definitely middle aged during that Volume 4 in the 2000s. That was like a whole plot point as they were all getting older.
Although turtles live to be what, like 500 years old, right?
That's
Right?
true. That's true.
Right, yeah.
500.
Even if they aren't
I don't know.
mutants. If you give someone a turtle in their 30s, you're
They're
basically...
also super slow and have no way of eating anything solid, really.
Yeah, but some of them have swords.
Oh, thank you, Ben.
To me, I think, if anything could work, I think something like a book like the X-Men could work where there's constantly new classes of, like, mutants,
Yeah.
Something like Spawn where, like, the suit, a person could die and, someone else could get a suit or something like that. Those are the kinds of things where, like, it's not dependent on one single character unless the character's going to have kids or something like that.
Oh, you know
Spawn
what?
could have also benefited too, because then I think the more stuff would have happened in the issues instead of him just
Oh my god, yeah.
crying in the alley for 20 issues.
Oh my
Well,
god,
I think
yes.
he's kind of seeing that now, right?
Yeah,
Like there's
I don't know.
Is he? I don't know.
well, he's got all these
issues.
He's got all these different Spawn things. That Rat
yeah,
City,
you're right.
the Gunslinger. Like,
Well, they're all
these
different time
versions of Spawn.
periods, but that doesn't mean Spawn himself is going anywhere.
Yeah, that's a sad thing is I really
Right.
don't think Spawn itself is... I hate to be...
No,
like,
but he's got additional books with these other characters.
Right.
So. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
he
but
could if he
something with
wanted.
a-
the Spawn universe is itself a comic, a Marvel DC style universe in microcosm. The only difference is he owns it all.
I mean, and he did change Spawn for a while.
Yeah.
He was a white dude.
There was a whole run with Will Spartaccio drew like a bunch of issues, and it was like a white guy got the Spawn.
Eric
like,
after
after,
those
like-
issues.
That's right. He was the one that
Yeah,
showed
yeah,
up in
right,
the
you're
world
right, yeah.
tour stuff,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And then showed up as a corpse later, right?
Yeah. Because like the original one blew his head off or something. Yep. Anyway.
That was a really funny panel. When everyone showed up and they're all fucked up or the wrong costume.
It was like headless Spawn.
Yeah.
It's an all-timer gag, dude.
Yeah, armless dragon and yeah. Because there was a different Shadowhawk also. He was a teenager at the time. And he was
Yep.
fuck up.
Yeah, Dragon was like, dude, you gotta stop. You gotta stop summoning us. We just can't keep meeting this
I
way.
think Witchblade was just a regular woman at the time, stuff like that. That was a really funny panel. Anyway, we got one more email to get through. Let's get through it.
Thank you, Ben. We will be listening to Candy Macabre and appreciate the FINteresting Conversation as well. Let's get going. Hello, Fin friends, writes Travis. He says, I would like to chime in on the current FINteresting Conversation. Should Eric stop with the sex stuff in Savage Dragon? First, I have to state that one of the reasons I am a fan of Erik Larsen is because of the way he draws women. Mary Jane Watson was my first comic crush drawn by him and Mark Bagley. And Rapture was a sex-loving superheroine that defiantly factored into my purchasing of the Savage Dragon comic book. The hourglass form, the big hair, full lips, bountiful breasts with curvaceous cleavage was enough visual candy to give me diabetes of the eyes, if that was a thing. There was some... Diabetes. All-timer. There were some sexual scenes and innuendo in this comic from the beginning that I felt worked for the book. The shower scene with Rapture. Favorite. That's his, actually, listener. His favorite, not mine. But just making sure you know that. Taking Alex from behind, and even some light homosexual stuff like with Officer Phil Dirt or the kiss between Young Tough and Super Tough. Not sexual, but probably turned off a few people from the book. Since the introduction of Maxine Lai, quotations, sex scene, love it, and becoming a sex-crazed, selfish train wreck recently, I feel there is too much consistent actual sex stuff that is more shock value than story value. Every issue is at least one or more of the inappropriate sex scenes or situations. Does it further or add to the story? I guess so. It's gotten to the point where I expect it, and personally, I do like it. For example, issue 228, when I saw Seeker on the cover, I eagerly awaited that issue to see how Eric would bring Seeker back. Maybe we'll get an origin story. Then Seeker would disappear and show up randomly to beat Malcolm like he did with Dragon. Instead, we get an appropriate cum-drenched 3 pages that had no bearing except to empty out Malcolm's balls after his vasectomy. And to have the driver notice that the smell of the cum. Yes, that cum explosion did give us Maddie, but did have to be an actual explosion. And with that, a quick Seeker defeat. It makes this issue not very readable. Speaking of rereading an issue, when a surprise, inappropriate, or unnecessary sex scene appears, I don't feel the need to reread that issue because the shock's worn off. For another example, when Rapture showed back up and their nipples were out, I wasn't impressed as I was back in her early appearances. I'm not going to reference the issues because we get a second disposable Malcolm and a bunch of bully boys that were also inappropriately not necessary, with her fun bags covered and her sexy manipulations towards Dragon. I have been and always will be a fan of Erik and Savage Dragon, but I'm also continuing to purchase this book because I'm waiting for the next tonal change. For a third example, around issue 110, Erik shifted from a family-friendly Fantastic Four feel to issue 111, where a bloody-filled battle where Jennifer killed Deathseed. I believe that was her first time killing. And Alex bloodily beat down Ben Blank, the big purple monster human form. Especially now
That
with...
was a great issue.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
It was awesome. Like, that was definitely Erik being like family era over. Especially now with the Frank Glum situation, Flum, that I am extra not a fan of, and I feel like we need further tonal shift we are all eagerly waiting for. I'm an old school comic book. I'm an old school comic book where artists and writers had to be sexy with words and showing just enough to get the reader interested in what would have been. Plus, this is a comic book where larger-than-life heroes are punching, defeating, and outsmarting monologuing, malevolent, crazily designed villains in colorful, weird, over-the-top scenarios. Not a page-wasting, sloppy sex scene that's there to shock and surprise us, in my opinion. I know this is Erik's book, and he has been the writer, artist, and creator since the beginning, but please, less or stop all the actual sex stuff in this book. Thank you, Travis. P.S. I have a FINteresting Conversation if you'd like it. Hypothetically, let's say Erik is stopping the Savage Dragon comic. How should it end? Should he pass it to another writer or artist? If so, who could write and draw it? Should he do a epic final issue? If so, how should it end? Obviously, that was all wrong. Sorry, Travis. So
it was so weird to hear all that with your voice.
Yeah, I know, right? Bizarro Raven.
There's another
Someone's
reality.
gonna take that out of context and just
I felt like
share
someone.
the soundbite.
I was listening to my own like AI deepfake, like somebody making me say all these things I don't agree with. No, dude, it's totally cool. Like differing opinions are actually what make us interesting. And we do love hearing, from our listeners because, if y'all agree, there's never any really interesting talking points. And you guys know how I feel. But I think that it's kind of like, I don't want to labor this point because Lord knows I've weighed in on this so much. But I do feel like there is a chance to say that to me personally, if you enjoy entertainment, it's all necessary. It's not a waste, I'd see that's a pretty modern mentality where people think slow-paced movies are wasting your time.
Right.
Or things that don't drive the narrative purely are filler.
Right.
And I don't agree with that. I think entertainment's there to entertain you. And it's okay to not be entertained, but I don't think anything that the creator chooses to put in to try and entertain you is a waste. And I know
I hate how the word filler has been ruined.
Yeah, it's really mutated. It's really changed.
And I'll tell you, I have a theory about all this. I have a theory about why this is a problem.
Lay it on us.
It's because there's too much media. We were literally in a situation where people feel their time is wasted if a story isn't being progressed because they could have been watching something else. That's why the term mid has become so prevalent, because it's not just that you have to avoid the bad stuff. You have to avoid the mid stuff and only watch the quote unquote good stuff, or else your time has been wasted because there is literally too much media to watch. And it's a serious problem because it is ruining media literacy in this world.
Yeah, I've seen a lot.
It's like everything. It's like everything, though. It's like music, too. It's like you don't have to buy an album. You just can listen to it on Spotify and pick and choose. And you're all over you can listen to a million albums. You don't have time to, like, sit and digest anything.
Yeah.
People, like, even with comics, like, they, after a second issue, people are, like, done with it. Oh, I don't like this. Well, you haven't even gotten through the first arc. Let it build up, let it, let something happen for it. It doesn't, have to happen in one issue.
And to try and take it back to this, I feel like the conversation around are sex scenes necessary in anything, because I've seen that conversation, people try to have it too. And it's like, to that I say, if the creator tried to show, if the creator chose to show you a sex scene, he's establishing automatically an adult tone.
Right.
He's showing you that these characters have a level of intimacy that goes beyond what is implicit, and it's explicit. And like, you kind of like, okay, these two aren't just friends, they're fucking. And it's like, things that you may think are first blush a waste of your time have meaning and context if you stop and think about them. And
sex is part of the human condition, even to the point where not showing sex is saying something.
It is,
because
yeah.
asexualness is a thing, and so if you got something to say about that, there's not sex. You know, you can say something about that, but including sex is also part of the conversation. It does serve a purpose. It serves a not just a tonal purpose, but often a how do these people feel exactly. This is part of the character building.
I guess.
Right.
Go
ahead, Craig.
I was just gonna say I kind of agree with Travis at some points. Like, hey, we knew the original Dragon guy was like very much into like a womanizer and into sex, and we got scenes here and there, and it didn't diminish it because we didn't see it every single issue. So, to me, I feel like the arguments, you know, I don't know. I understand. Like, I get a little fed up with every issue needing to have some kind of like over the top sex scene, and I get that's part of Maxine's character. Personally, you know, if that's the way Eric wants to go with it and he wants to sustain that, like he's doing that for a reason. I don't, you know, I agree. I don't think it's filler necessarily. It's just my personal taste is like, I would rather see something else happen than see that every issue. It's just, I'm not, you know, once in a while it's great and it's kind of cool, but every single issue is like some over the top sex scene, which is like, for me, I'm like, eh.
And as I said last time, my problem isn't so much with the sex; it's the sexual assault.
Yeah, that's
my
me.
biggest
I'm
problem.
okay with that.
That yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm
that's
okay with
happened
that.
a lot lately.
Yeah.
that happens too much in this book, I think, honestly. But
I will say,
Come on, Eric.
I
Regular
did wanna
assault.
say-
We're okay with regular assault.
Yeah. Normal
I
assault's
am
fine.
actually. I would much prefer seeing like a fist fight in normal assault than sexual assault. I definitely see a difference there.
Mark,
I'm
you were
not
saying.
comfortable with it.
Well, I mean, there is this stuff that people say it's like filler or it takes away from the story. It doesn't add to the story. But I don't know if you guys remember in like 1994, there was this movie that came out called Pulp Fiction.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people were complaining that there was like a 5-minute scene where these two guys were just talking about hamburgers.
Right.
Right.
And, like, this doesn't have anything to fucking do with the story. Like, please tell the story. But like, as you guys were talking about, like, that can all still be part of context, and it doesn't have to necessarily move the plot forward, but there are story character elements within those scenes. Are they necessary? Sure. No. Are they sweeteners? They can be sometimes. Sometimes it's too much, but, you know, and apparently Travis thinks they're too much, and that's fine, but I feel like not everything has to serve the story all the time.
Right, and I will say that it's totally fine to have your tastes and your preference and stuff, but I feel like the Frank and Glum thing, to me, is one of the more interesting things that has been thrown in the book for a while because there's just so much crazy dynamics that it creates that it's actually like Malcolm feels kind of like a safe, almost at times like boring lead. He doesn't drive the narrative. He can't die necessarily. Like you look at the
Malcolm?
way. Well, no, what I'm saying, look at the way Dragon was treated as a driver of the story, thrown in peril constantly, as opposed to where the way like Malcolm is treated. Like we don't have that episode, that issue where Malcolm gets turned into fucking molecules and just fucking falls into pieces.
Right.
You know, and then disappears for a few issues. Like we don't have that. Malcolm's pretty much. He goes through a scrape and he comes out on the other side just fine.
I really kind of want that, I'll be honest. I want to see the kids take over for a while.
And listen, that's all I'm saying is that it's like, to me, Frank and Glum has created scenarios that are very interesting because Frank isn't safe. Like, Frank could totally... He's mortal. He could get fucking greased in a heartbeat.
He's in a really dangerous spot.
So's Glum now that he's in Frank's body.
Oh, yeah, especially the situation he's put himself in.
Right, so to me, it's like, I get it that not everything appeals to everyone, but I would just say that for anybody who is bugged by this, Mark's fucking Pulp Fiction thing was such a great example because it's like sometimes there's more meaning behind a scene than a dialogue.
Than the plot.
Sometimes
the plot doesn't matter because the scene is about the scene.
Right. Sometimes what the characters are saying and doing is delivering you entertainment while informing you of their character.
Right.
And so I think there's a lot more meat on the bones of that Frank and Glum situation, at least, than you may initially think. Please consider it, Travis. Thank you for writing a thought-provoking and interesting letter. In fact, wouldn't you guys say that was a very FINteresting Conversation suggestion?
I wouldn't, but you said it, so we'll go with it.
I would never say that.
Well, damn.
So let's jump into that. We will use his question,
Indeed.
which my screen is jacked up right now.
I'll help you out.
Go ahead.
Raven with the
We all have it.
assist. Raven with the assist. Travis asks, and so we ask you, dear listeners, to suggest FINteresting conversations for just this reason. Sometimes you will give us a FINteresting conversation, and we will be like, God damn, this is the bomb, right? So this is one of those scenarios where we are, we loved Travis's suggestion, and we're going to go with it. And he asks, hypothetically, if the Savage Dragon comic was to stop, how should it end? Should he pass it to another writer or artist? If so, who should write and draw it? Should he do an epic final issue? If so, how should it end? We can basically surmise that as just, if Savage Dragon was to end, how would you see it go out and what should happen next? So, everybody, jump in there.
So I have mine, which is very me. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what I would do, and this is just a me thing, and I'm not Eric, and I doubt he would like this at all.
That's
This-
okay. That's
but
the point but you're in the driver's seat, Jim. What would you do?
The final issue of Savage Dragon to me would be a whatever happened to the Savage Dragon sort of dealy,
Nice.
calling back to the whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow thing. And
Nice.
what it would be is like a big fat anthology of a bunch of different comic creators telling apocryphal tales of the Savage Dragon's final adventure.
That's good.
So it wouldn't be an Eric issue, I guess, which is probably a big negative for a lot of people. But I think it's to celebrate like what Dragon meant to people.
That's good, dude.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Now, in this scenario, is the series ending because something horrible has happened to Eric? Is it a sudden
Maybe.
ending, or is this something that's planned?
It could be both, honestly. Probably more the sudden ending, I suppose.
Right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, because again, if Eric's still alive, he'll probably want to draw the last issue himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would.
I don't know. I just always thought that was would be an interesting idea.
It's a real tough question with so many different possible answers. I don't even know what my answer would be, so I would love to hear what everybody else is. Jim, not a bad suggestion, though.
Yeah, Jim, killer answer, dude. I love that. For listeners who might not 100% know, whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow was the way they sort of gave farewell to the pre-Crisis on Infinite Earths Superman. So they kind of wrote an ending for Superman before doing the retcon that was Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, the reboot, the Byrne reboot is Man
And
of
so it's
Steel
kind
and
of
all that.
yeah, and so it's kind of like it's famously like the end of Superman, and that's a cool thing to sort of rip on. Do you want to hear mine?
Yes, I do. Right.
Let's go.
I would love to hear what you have to say.
Guys, okay, here's the deal. You ready to have your cake and eat it too? How does Savage Dragon end? Eric doesn't do what he currently has planned, which is to just simply create it until he dies and then just die and leave it unfinished, right?
Okay.
That's not how I would do it if I was in the driver's seat. How does Savage Dragon end? Eric gets to the whatever milestone he wants, right? He gives the comic a farewell, and then after he does his oversized farewell issue or whatever, he makes the IP public domain so that anybody can jump in and use the character.
I mean, that's a wonderful idea.
I know you'd get a lot of dog shit.
Yeah, you would.
You would. Like, you totally would. But here's the thing with the public domain.
He would show up in like everyone's comic.
Yeah, no, but dude, that's the...
6 foot tall, skinny, fat.
To be a horrible rapist, just like that
smoking.
Mickey Mouse.
But
Tons of smoke, cigarettes and cigars.
But here's the thing, is that, like, listen, I think Savage Dragon is one of the pentultimate indie comic characters. And I think that for so long, he's been one man's voice and vision, and that's fucking awesome. That's what I love about him. You get your final issue, which Eric gets to put his stamp and end his story the way he wants. But then you, by making him public domain, essentially ensure that this character has a shot to fucking go on for fucking ever. Sherlock Holmes, Frankenstein, Dracula, like... reimaginings and reinventions, fucking as long as the public has interest, Savage Dragon could fucking be around.
I think that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Didn't Dave Sim do this with Cerebus?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was a false memory.
Nope, and that is low key where I got the idea, because as soon as I heard that was Dave Sim's plan, I was like, that, my friend, is a good fucking plan.
I think
it's also fitting because Eric loves to use public domain characters in his books.
Yeah.
So...
I guess it just
it's interesting to get to play with him.
Comes down to whether or not he wants Dragon to continue to be in his estate, for his family.
Right.
Of course. And, like, removing it from the reality of that, of course, I'm sure he wants his kids to benefit from his hard work. Obviously. But I'm just saying, like, if I'm in the driver's seat, that's what I'm doing. like, if I'm somehow, like, fucking being John Malkovich, like, I'm controlling fucking Eric's actions, like, that's what I'd love to see. Because, again, you get your best of both worlds. Nobody can take away Eric's Dragon Run. Like, he fucking put his stamp on his character, did it his way to the end, and then opens the fucking floor for people to just fucking reinterpret, reimagine, repurpose, reinvent, reboot, whatever. But, again, I know it's easy to look at all the shitty Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, were you ready for Savage Dragon versus Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. That, like, the public domain also.
The Savage Dragon horror movie, no budget horror movie.
Right, but it's like, people forget how kick-ass the public domain is when you think about all the amazing things that have been done with characters like fucking Frankenstein and Dracula and Sherlock Holmes and all these fucking public. The whole world fucking knows.
Right.
And it's kind of like, I think it's cool. I think the public domain fucking rules. So, and I think it reinvigorates interest in a character in a way that you fucking don't get any other way. And I'm done.
Anybody else? Okay, who else got a good idea?
All right, I got one.
All right, lay it on us.
So for me, I think the best possible thing that would happen would be for Dragon to be taken over by somebody that knows the character and can do like awesome things with it that would appease the fan base.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really, if he passes it on to somebody that, or it goes in a public domain, I'm not probably gonna buy the stuff because I like.
Right.
The Dragon. I know Dragon, and if it doesn't act and doesn't look like Dragon, I'm not buying it. So
you're going to be that guy that watches a Dracula movie and like, his eyes aren't the right color.
Yeah. Well, it would bug me, right? Like a fin would be off, or he wouldn't be top heavy. He'd be like his legs are too, normal looking.
It would always
whatever it is. He's wearing boots. Like Dragon doesn't wear boots. Get out of here.
But then you could see Dragon as a fireman, which we've never seen.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, dude.
Team up with Ash. Not Ash. What's the guy? What's the Casada's
You got
guy?
him.
No, that was.
You got it at one.
Ash.
It's Ash.
You got him. Yeah.
But for me, I think the best possible thing would be say Eric passes away, his family to like give the rights to somebody over like maybe you get 5 years to do what you want. I would love it to go to like Robert Kirkman. It would stay an Image, Robert Kirkman knows Savage Dragon. Robert Kirkman is awesome at finding like great artists to match like the properties. Like, look what he's doing with the Energon universe. He's really got he's got ways to really build excitement with brands, and I think like he could take Dragon and make it like still feel like a Larsen book, and do things that would like hype up like Erik's not interested in all the other side shit. But I think if like someone like Kirkman took it over, you would start seeing like Dragon video games and maybe like a series or something like that. Like, I think that would be, for me, like if I had to see anyone take it over, it has to be somebody that is a fan, and I can't think of anyone like else that's a bigger fan that's as established in professional comics as Kirkman right now.
Oh my god, dude, good pick actually. Like fucking a skybound driven Savage Dragon. Holy shit.
Mark, you feeling like chopped liver?
No, I don't. You know what? I feel like you guys covered all the bases. I didn't even really have an answer. I was leaning more towards what Raven was saying initially. But he took the words right out of my mouth, and he elaborated better, or he, what's the word I wanted to say? Verbalized it better than I could have done. Craig's idea is not bad. Jim, your idea is good. They're all right answers, and they're all wrong.
Right,
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
None of
Yes.
them feel right.
Yeah.
I think we're just so spoiled by seeing Erik Larsen's Savage Dragon
Right.
that even when it is someone who knows the book and like respects the book and does a pretty good job, it just still never feels quite right.
Right.
Do you feel like you would continue to buy a Dragon book put out by somebody else other than Erik?
See, I don't know. I guess it would depend on. I have no idea. I really don't know. I'm not good with hypotheticals like this.
Say the first issue you read or the first arc you read's like, so. Do you stay on just because you're a longtime fan, or do you like, I'm done?
Knowing me, I probably would still buy it. Whether I read it or not would be a different answer. But it's tough to. It would also be tough to see something that you really enjoy just go down the tubes,
And Dragon's such a weird one too, because it's like there's never been another artist or writer.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like
And even-
it's not like Ninja Turtles that is always being refreshed in some new way. It's
Correct.
always
Yeah.
just been Savage Dragon. So to see that, to do just for example, to do like an IDW Ninja Turtle series that reboots it, drawing in all the stuff from its history, you've never seen that, and it's a question of whether or not that could even be possible. Is Dragon something that is outside its era? Could it be revived in a new modern way? I don't know.
Let me pose this question to you though, like if Mark or anybody, like if fucking say you had a Craig scenario where like Kirkman kept it going, if the numbering was consistent with where the book leaves Erik's hands, and if like it continues, because the thing is, Jim, is I will say the one thing, yes, it's always been like this one character through the filter of Erik. But I would argue that Savage Dragon is a book that has always had evolution in its DNA. Maybe not rebooting like Ninja Turtles style, where it's reboot after reboot of the concept. But I will say that it is a book that continuously evolves. So if Kirkman starts a book and it's like 328 and it's like, it's about Maddie and, Tyrone and like fucking Jack and Amy, and it's like, it's just continuing forward. It's like, is that of appeal to you?
Well, how did Dragon Ball do? Like, didn't Toriyama move on and they had like a new team doing new Dragon Ball?
It's funny you should ask.
Kinda, yes, but not really, because he was involved.
It moved on.
He was involved, but it was not like a solo thing anymore.
No, I got some insider baseball.
Go.
Like
Okay.
not really, but like the funny thing, it's so funny you should mention Dragon Ball, because Toriyama wrote that Majin Buu arc and was like, well, that's it. I don't have any more stories. And he tapped out. And then the shit that came after without him was so dissatisfying to
GT
him.
was so bad.
Yeah, I don't want Savage Dragon GT.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Savage Dragon GT. Wow, there's an idea.
Yeah, it was so bad that he came back.
Yeah. And he said, okay, do overtime.
Yeah, and kind of like ignored all that shit that happened without him and just kept writing.
Yeah.
How long did that GT series go for?
Oh, it's a while too.
Like
wasn't
50 episodes. It was reasonably long.
it? It was substantial. But what's
But
funny
in
is,
terms of Dragon Ball, it's very short.
Oh yeah. In
What's-
terms of the rest of Dragon Ball, it was actually a blip.
but it is funny that you should mention Dragon Ball as your example because like the creator felt done and then he came back and was like, okay.
64 episodes. It lasted a little over a year. So it wasn't insignificant, but it was quite short comparatively to the greater
But then,
series.
could we also stand to live in a world where Robert Kirkman's Savage Dragon somehow becomes super popular
Yeah.
and overshadows Eric's, and then everyone sees that as the definitive Savage Dragon?
Dude, that's what the world we're living in now though. Like Invincible is Kirkman's fucking Savage Dragon book.
Yeah.
And it has overtaken
Basically.
it. I saw people on Twitter talking about how Invincible was the spiritual successor to Watchmen. And I fucking was like, are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding? They were like, it deconstructs the genre. I'm like, you idiots. It's the fucking...
You fucking rubes. You fucking morons. You
You
idiots.
you little just got here motherfuckers. That shit is the spiritual successor to Savage Dragon. Like, god damn it.
Well, you gotta-
he
you
even
gotta-
says it in the books.
There's a huge number of people who don't even fucking know that Invincible's based on a comic book because no one gives a shit about comic books.
Right.
Like, they don't even know who Robert Kirkman is. They don't even know he's the Walking Dead guy half the time.
But, yeah,
But it's tough to, too, because I've had friends that are like, oh, I love Invincible. And I'd be like, hey, if you like Invincible, and this has never worked, if you like Invincible, you'd love Savage Dragon. But it's always the same shit. It's like, I don't like the
You
art.
gotta
or
use your
It's
hands.
something. Yeah, it's basically that. It's
this guy's got a chicken head. I'm out.
right.
It's like, oh, well, fuck you if you don't know what fun is.
It is astonishing. Sometimes.
Spiritual successor of Watchmen.
Watchmen.
That right there, that's the death of media literacy right there.
Yes, dude.
It's okay. We read Savage Dragon. We're very media literate.
Listen, I will see a sex
The
scene.
upper crust over here.
Listen, Jim, I will read a sex scene and be fully informed of all the subtext. I'll be like, this says this about this character, and this says that. Oh, what an informative scene I've just read. Oh,
The shape and size of this nipple is very telling.
when Glum's plowing away Angel, I'm truly getting all the extra depth and meaning.
A lot of the sex scenes are metaphors for like the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah. No,
If you really think about it.
I got that. Yeah. And
I mean, I know you did.
no, sorry.
I'm talking to Craig.
Oh, yeah.
Me no understand.
See what I'm saying? Every time with this guy.
Cat scratch fever.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
I think we've
that's
run
enough of
this
all the letters.
conversation into the ground. So let's let the listeners have some opinions.
Craig, is there not an email that they can send their FINteresting Conversations and emails to?
You can send it to savagefincast@gmail.com. You can either answer our FINteresting conversation, answer a FINteresting conversation from 2 episodes back, or create your own FINteresting conversation to share with us and pose your question to the world.
Who knows? We might talk about it at length.
Which it was a great example of that.
Sometimes,
Thank you, Travis.
perhaps even ad nauseum.
You know,
This is all going to get cut.
here's the thing. I will say one thing. You know, we've been chewing the fat, and yet somehow I'm still starving.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Oh. Would you like some fish and chips?
No. I got a hunger that fish and chips will not satiate.
Meatballs and spaghetti?
Me no like it meatball.
I don't know what else to offer this man.
I'm a simple man. I think I'd be happy with just some meat and potatoes.
I feel like that's what I offered the first time.
My bad.
Fish and chips.
Guys, for one, I didn't know fish was a meat. For two, what are you fucking... Are these not some swanky ass covers? Let's start where this book begins. Let's judge a book by its cover.
It's an interesting minimalist style. I'll give it that.
Don't you think it's interesting that all three covers are just like minimal covers and yet fucking good?
Yeah, they pop. I love that we get 3 different logos too.
Yeah.
We do.
I really love the purple cover. I love that Savage Dragon, the giant wavy Savage Dragon.
Wait, Craig, you mean you like...
Waterlogged one, yes.
I love that logo, actually. We haven't...
You used that one on like a Frank Fosco variant, right?
Yeah, isn't that the only place we've seen that other?
I think so.
It's good. It's good. Love these. And then the other one's the Funnies logo, right?
Yep. Or is it the Savage Little Dragons logo? Or is that the same logo? Check that.
I think it's the Funnies.
Savage Dragon salutes the Funnies, I do believe.
There's something about that red, white, and black. That combination of colors just always does it for me.
It's primo, man. It's fucking tops.
Oh.
How about
Yeah,
this?
if you saw that on the stand though, it would definitely like pop right out at you.
How do you guys feel about this 9/11 Malcolm cover? Funeral for a Friend. The all tragedy
It's a
edition.
weird Larsen cover. Was it? I think he had a little background on it. Wasn't it just like a sketch or something? Like
Yeah, I think it was like a thing he did at a convention or something.
it's a strange cover to me. Like I think it definitely like sticks out on the stands, but it's a weird. It typically don't get like just a pinup cover like this.
It's never too
I
late
guess
to change.
being black and white is makes it a little bit different than just a standard pinup cover.
And with the negative
Yeah.
circle up there, which I think that's Old Dragon, right?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Isn't that old?
Oh yeah, it
man?
is.
Yeah,
That's weird too. I wonder if that was on purpose.
It might have been an error. But those are definitely his creased pants.
Right. It's also they're in the same pose.
Yeah. Kind of could use this as the Malcolm bubble.
Hey,
Icon.
you know what? That's not a bad idea.
yeah.
I don't know how well it would reduce, but
I wonder if he just used the same one from the one where it was like was it the death of
issue 90.
what's it?
Yeah.
Is it 90?
Death of Alex. Yeah.
Alex? Was it
Jim's
Alex?
first issue?
Yeah.
That's
Was
right.
that a negative? Was that negative in the box? Let me check.
She's dead, dragon, and it's your fault.
Yeah, let me check. Actually, what am I even searching for? I have it in a folder.
Yep, that's it. It's exactly the same. Except for the logo, the dragon logo
Yeah.
is stretched out
Yeah.
on 90.
Wow. Was there another cover? There was just the purple one, the black and white one, and the red one.
Yeah,
right?
no, I don't think there was any like guest artist cover on this one. Right?
No,
Is
just
it-
the 3 versions.
Is Simon's not on this one? Is Simon's not coming up?
We did Simon's. That was the glass shattered cover.
Oh, that already came out last issue?
Mhm.
Okay, I forgot.
That's a glass from the past. Jumping into the issue, I think this fixes something I've always hated in comics: the fastball special.
Yeah.
Is Colossus grabbing Wolverine by his erection?
Well, I assume
Why-
it's his, because it's a kid's comic.
He's like sitting
I
in his
assume
hand.
it's his abdominal muscles.
Wrong.
Oh, I'm
It
sure
is
I'm
his,
right.
It is his dick.
Okay.
And so
Wrong.
I mean, it does. It
You,
does.
sir,
Grow,
are
I mean, it does
wrong.
grow back. So
he rips his dick off every time he does a fastball special.
That's how you get the momentum, man.
It's the only way. It's
It's like when you pull the pin before you throw the grenade.
Of course, Angel here seems to be
Except it's his cock.
shucking him by the forearm.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Family
Swinging
friendly.
him by the wrist. Yeah.
Family friendly dragon fixes the fastball special conundrum by simply having the throwing character throw the other character by the wrist, which makes fucking sense.
Does it?
And did we know that Angel was stronger than Malcolm?
It's. I mean, Jennifer was always said to be stronger than Dragon, so I think it's just been assumed.
Right. Okay.
I
But
didn't
never
know that, I guess.
actually specifically noted in the book, though, right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
It
You
seemed like
don't
it was
remember
heavy to me.
Jennifer being stronger than Dragon?
I do.
Unless in the profile, remember those profiles he did? Does it talk about like how much they can lift or something?
How many tons they can lift?
I think they actually talk about it in the. In
They
the
do
comics.
talk about it. Yeah, no, they talk about
Yeah.
it. Jim's right.
Yeah, but that's Dragon and Smasher, though.
Oh, you're
Right.
talking about Angel specifically.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah,
Angel
and Malcolm.
Yeah,
I guess I just assume Angel and Smasher have the same exact powers.
yeah,
Same.
me too.
Yeah.
Same. And outfit.
Well, who knows? I guess
I do like-
we'll never know.
I do like that crater in the background with like you can see like
The bodies.
the Janie
Yeah.
girl in there.
They're in a
Yeah,
heap.
it's so funny, dude. I love it. Larson never misses a chance to take that shot.
I wasn't expecting this issue to open up like seconds after the ending of the last issue.
Yeah, that was. We had to remember what was going on a month ago. It's a good thing it was fresh in our minds, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. And again, that's one of those things that you benefit from a book coming out, like, it's like, oh yeah, shit, yeah, it's picking up right where it left off. Dude.
How do you feel about how chumped this Grok gets?
Definitely gets his mind changed.
I guess he's not as durable as I thought.
I love it.
So strange
No.
that Malcolm doesn't get much blood on him going straight through the guy's head.
He's got that red shirt.
Yeah, his dad had to crawl out through their ass.
The rectum.
Couldn't just
Well, you
punch his
see,
way
the
through.
viscosity means it sticks to the side of the monster rather than Malcolm.
His dad wasn't being hurled by like a super strong blonde.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have access to one down there, huh?
Yeah, that's it. That's why you always keep one around. Like a sidekick. No, I love this, dude's fucking, what a delicious fucking splash page. Jim, how do we feel about that just happened? We don't love that, do we?
Wait, hold on. Where did
Don't
that?
we don't
Where,
don't we hate that on the
Oh,
splash
that's right.
page?
Malcolm says, "Oh yeah, that just happened." Hey.
Don't we hate that?
I mean, I don't. I mean,
I thought we as a society have advanced past that.
I don't think we've even begun to explore the
Did
possibilities.
somebody complain about that?
I'm
We
sure
were
somebody
shitting on that. I thought we were shitting
I don't
on
know
that
who
collectively.
complained about it, but whoever was complaining about it was correct.
No, I thought Jim shit on it specifically. I thought Jim was like shitting on Joss Whedon writing.
Well, that's
Where it was-
Well, I don't think we've had this conversation, or else I would have brought up the fact that the essays I've watched make it clear that that did not come from Josh Whedon. It predates him by a considerable amount. It came from I don't have time to do the research, but it comes from a very not very popular movie that involves a car accident and someone reacting to it. But it's not a Josh Whedonism. Maybe he popularized that kind of writing, but it's not where it began.
Dude, we definitely had someone complain. We definitely had this conversation.
Yeah, we did. We 100% did. That's why I'm poking fun at it, because we were
Malcolm-
talking about how
Malcolm is a millennial, and he will talk like this. It is his nature.
I know millennials that don't say that just happened. Okay, well it's fine.
Maybe you don't, as an elder millennial. The younger ones will.
Toilet Balls Millennial. That's what they call us.
We can just agree that it's a little cringe and sus.
And Malcolm is a little cringe and a little sus.
Yeah. It's mid what he said.
It is mid.
It's incredibly mid.
It's mid dialogue, and you can do better.
My feeling is that's natural dialogue for Malcolm. If it came out of Dragon's mouth, this would be a different conversation.
Right. If Super Patriot said that, you think?
No good.
With his gray ponytail, flapping in the wind. That just happened.
Oh, he'd say, "Where's the beef?"
Where's the beef? Oh no, Super Patriot, don't do it.
Jiminy Crickets.
Saints preserve us. Time I gave you one of my lead sandwiches.
The fight sequence here, between Malcolm and these underwater dudes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we can see an entire penis.
Yes, dude. Yeah. Flopping.
It reminded me of like the Savage World era, like 76.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the way the panels are.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of like the Atlantis issue. Which issue was that?
It's not that.
Is that like 78?
Yeah, around there.
78, I believe. But just even the way like the panels are configured, and there's that one very thicker border on that top panel on the next page there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just when we've been seeing so many issues with some exciting fight scenes, this just felt a little dull, is all I'm saying.
Oh, you didn't like it.
Well, it's a little awkward under the water. Because it's really just Malcolm getting his ass beat for 2 pages and then electrifying everybody. I will say this. We do get some pretty good sound effects, though. With the boosh and the douche and the funt and the blood.
Douche.
You like the
The
douche.
sound effects are good. The fights are good. I think the way he moves the camera it's all good. Just the panel configuration just reminded me of when he was throwing it back.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It's the layout that's bugging you. It is very Kirby-esque.
All right.
I will say that I appreciate that their underwater word balloons have bubbles. Like, and
Yes.
I know that sounds funny, but it's like, here's the thing: comics is a visual medium. Sound in comics is visual. I'm always going to appreciate when you go that extra mile to make word balloons, and the tails on word balloons have more personality. So that kicks ass. I'm also going to say that I think we give a absolutely excellent Malcolm face on that 4th panel where he's like getting strangled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a good ass Malcolm face. And then lastly, don't you think it's a bit funny that dude says oblivion awaits you green-skinned, and he is in fact green-skinned?
Yeah.
What a dumbass.
I do like how all the fish guys can talk underwater, but Malcolm's not talking, which is
Good observation,
kind of
dude.
realistic.
It also explains why the purple cover had that wavy underwater logo to prepare the readers for what they were going to read in the next couple pages here.
That's right. You didn't even realize.
It's all connected. No.
I gotta say, I don't like the blood sound effect. I don't feel like when you punch somebody the sound blood.
But underwater?
Blub.
Oh, maybe.
Blub.
Blood.
The blood.
They're all
the blood.
They're all kind of like
Yes.
Do it, Greg.
They're all
that
white.
way,
Rud,
aren't they?
Plud.
Fun,
Rudd, Plud, Fud.
Plud, Fud. Yeah.
Rudd. Paul Rudd.
The only one that is out of place is Funt.
Yeah, fun. Why
Unless that's a
fun?
reference to Artie. Maybe it's Artie Funt.
Funt.
Pretty solid punch to the chin, though.
What do you guys think of douche?
I mean, it is a big sploosh of liquid, so that's pretty awesome. Douche.
Well, it's the sound of the cannonball sound. 'Cause
It
you
is.
see the splash of him skidding across the water, and then he kind of goes glump. Or
Spsh, douche.
It's a classic spash and douche.
The spash and douche with the funt and blood.
Yeah. They go hand in hand.
He says,
Like Plud and Rudd and Fud.
Who's that foreigner you just described? The old spash and dash with this douche and boosh. So good, dude. No, it's good. Underwater fight scene to me was excellent. I think the colors carry it, the sound effects carry it. Craig, awesome observation on Malcolm being the only one who's not talking. Like, that's great. It's good stuff. I will say I think Mark's got something. I think it could have layout-wise been a little more kinetic.
This
and we
issue,
see more kinetic stuff later in this issue, so I don't know. Maybe he just was sick of doing like those jagged panels.
I really think though you're on to something with like the callback to like the Savage World issues, because even like the panel layouts are the very, 6-panel layouts, very traditional in this issue, when we've been seeing a lot of those kind of 90 throwback pages.
But also maybe it was just to help get it out the door faster.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, we'll always support that. Like, fuck yeah.
Right. The fewer decisions you have to make, the quicker you can get it done. So maybe that was a factor.
I do love...
There are also not a lot of backgrounds in these panels.
I do love Frekazakak. It's good. It's good. It's like Malcolm fishing with dynamite. Dude, what's funny is, so as I read this, I was like, these guys gotta be the goddamn stupidest bastards in the world. They're fighting a guy with lightning powers underwater. And then I remembered that these are, in fact, kind of joke dudes.
Right.
Like, they had a comedic purpose.
They're really giving them the business, though, underwater.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for the lightning powers, Malcolm probably would have been toast.
He was
They
literally
probably-
out of his element.
And they're from
They're flooding and flooding.
They're from the sea, so they probably don't even know he has lightning powers.
Fair. I mean, they weren't expecting him to be there, right? Didn't he just
Right.
roll into San Francisco? So yeah, that makes
exactly.
sense.
They didn't do their research. Didn't read the newspapers.
Dude, I love this like panel of Angel just like fucking jumping into the water.
Yeah.
It's a good panel. Like, I love the foreshortening and everything.
Well, I like the one where she's
All these
I like
panels.
the one where she's dragging him to shore.
Yeah, that's good.
And
too.
Malcolm's like unconscious in the waves. You don't see.
I like the one right below it.
I feel like we haven't seen a lot of you don't see a lot of swimming in Savage Dragon.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's hard to portray that, I think, like just thinking about like how would I show that, like with
The
the
motion
waves
of the
and
water.
everything. Yeah.
They do
yeah.
it
To also show the movement of them going toward shore.
Yeah. It's cool because, like, we know he's back on some traditional media. And so it's like, can't you just see, like, the fun of just, like, knocking those waves
Yes.
out?
Absolutely. Yeah, these are... it's great storytelling, too. Even,
Yeah.
like you said, the fact that everybody has a different favorite panel on that page.
The one below the swimming one where she's, I don't know if she's giving mouth to mouth or just kind of putting her head on his chest or whatever it is.
Right.
That panel is great because it's like you're able to see the crowd behind it, so you're getting the idea that everybody's kind of crowded around.
Mm-hmm.
But it just shows so much in that little panel, like the kind of the agony of Angel, like worried, and Malcolm's still unconscious, and then like the whole crowd kind of just looking on. It's a great, and even just the angle of the camera.
It's great that he can see how distraught and desperate she is right then, and you can't see either of their fucking faces.
Right. He just just the way he moves the camera around in his comics is so, I feel like, so underappreciated.
You hear that fucking
Until
Jim
you look
Lee?
at another until you look at another comic, you're like, oh, like he
Yeah,
just
Jim
like,
Lee, if you're listening, and we know you are, Jim Lee.
yeah, he's sitting there with a pen and pad taking notes.
Crying your mansion, bitch. Move the camera. That's the note.
Well, I like the little detail how everyone in the crowd starts cheering when he wakes up.
Yeah. Isn't it good?
Yeah.
Nikos, shout out to Nikos. Like, these clouds are absolutely amazing, but also the attention to detail to having the sand on Malcolm in the Get Back panel.
Yeah.
So good, dude.
Yeah.
good shit. I mean, this was saying is like good shit going on in this, like all the time, dude. The zipatone on Malcolm's face is fantastic too.
Do you think that's the actual zipatone? I know Eric recently said that he's got a bunch that he has been. It's been sitting around for a while. He's just going to use it up.
Yeah.
I do believe it is because he literally used a panel from this issue for that example.
Was it this panel? Oh.
No, it was later in the issue when Paul's getting the TV broadcast.
Oh. I don't even remember what it was.
I'll call it back when we get it, but yeah, it's that's real zipatone on a board.
I was momentarily confused when Malcolm said, "Wait, they're alive." I thought he was talking about the fishmen. But,
Yeah. Do you think it could have been more clear that he was talking about the cratered
yeah.
gang?
Well, he says it. He clears it up in the next sentence, but at first I was like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, they're still alive, but we don't get to actually see what condition they're in. Presumably, they're hurt, pretty bad.
Squished.
Yeah, broken bones and whatnot. We'll see how fast they knit. I mean, the Jannies they're like a quarter god, so maybe they'll get better faster.
Presumably they are pancakes walking around a little bit before they inflate back to full size.
They got to stick their thumb in their mouth and
They walk.
blow themselves back up.
They walk around making accordion sounds.
Exactly. That's a procedure that takes time.
In this page here where they are driving away in the ambulance, the first panel below that with Malcolm and Angel talking, what do you think that big green thing is right underneath Malcolm's chin? Is that a shoulder? Is that
think
a
it's
pectoral
chest.
muscle?
It's got to be his titty, right?
I don't know. I don't know what
it's
I'm
chest.
looking at.
He's got a Liefeld chest going on or something.
Yeah, it is a little weird. I read it as a shoulder,
Dude.
but now that you say chest, I'll be honest, I don't know.
I can't tell one way or the other.
Dude, the panel above with Malcolm watching the ambulance go, that's reused from another issue, right? That pose.
I mean, it's a semi-common pose. We've seen both Dragon and Malcolm watch things recede in the distance before, and he usually stands like that.
Standing there?
Yeah.
I thought it was
arms
from
to their
like
sides.
88 or 89 when he's looking in the portal, but it's not quite.
I just think it's a pose you see semi-often. Not often, but often enough to think you've seen it before.
I swear, I was like racking my brain. What?
It
any
is
of you
similar, but I
remember-
don't think it was an intentional callback. I think it's just the way Eric draws people standing there looking at stuff.
What's the issue where Dragon goes back in time and like spits the bullet?
Oh, that's like
goes to different-
95.
You guys are driving Simon Malik St. Pierre, friend of the show.
I'm looking it up
Crazy.
right now.
Crazy with this.
One page away. It
He
is.
he hates when we do this. He hates it.
It's 98 you're thinking of.
No,
No, not 98.
Is that the one where he goes and like, who is it? It's like does he go after Dr. Nirvana? I don't know. It's the one that he goes in an alternate reality for one issue.
I was thinking it was 98. I don't know.
Could be 97.
Maybe you're right. Anyway, I thought it was out of that. Yeah, you're right. It is 98. I guess that's not in there. I swear that panel is from somewhere, and I'll find it. God damn it!
I
That's
will
a
find
good-
you.
That'll be on the bonus show.
I love the vegetation. I know it's scribbles and like just like random hatching and shit, but it's so fucking good, and it plays.
In Dimension X?
Yeah, it plays so well on this panel where he's looking at the ambulances. That's good vegetation, but then when you like go to immediately the Dimension X thing, and you've got all that alien vegetation, it works so good back to back. Like it really helps sell. Like that's some subtle sequential storytelling, my man. Like it really helps sell that you're just moving from Earth to this weird fucking dimension.
Yeah, I think a less skilled person would just draw the same kind of leaves and bushes.
Right.
And when I say that, I mean that's probably what I would do.
Right. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's what I'm saying is that it's like, yeah, like you think vegetation, you don't really think there's a chance to do some storytelling, but here we are.
Yeah. I love the colors on that. Remind me of James Stokoe stuff,
Yep.
like the way he kind of blends all the.
Yeah, I could see that.
Lots of gradients. Lots of gradients.
Yeah.
But how great is that fucking Glum slumped over?
Yeah.
With just his arm hanging down, like, it's so good, dude.
Pouting. Now, this panel here with Angel looking up, do you think that is also a callback to the same pose that you were thinking of, Craig? With Angel staring? Looks so pretty similar.
And
Yeah.
it's definitely a pose I've seen before, where with the top part of the body chopped off in the far foreground.
I don't know.
Not
Or
sure.
maybe it's just the way he draws people. And even in the last panel on that page, too, look at all that weird vegetation and shit.
The last panel is the
Vines
the
and-
crazy one, I think. It's it's like the Spaceman Spiff like looking planet stuff.
There's this, I don't know, is that like a little alien creature? or
That
is
blue
that like
thing, yeah.
That blue
I think
thing?
it's a
What's that
creature.
guy? Is this some kind of creature? It's got hands. I see it looks like fingers.
To talk to the plot, though, it is kind of excellent to just see that fucking, like, here we have Frank. You know, to me, currently the most interesting stuff happening in the book is this subplot.
Right.
It's like fucking Frank, you know, commenting very much like, you know, nail on the head about like what Glum killing fucking Dick Tasty fucking does for his fucking, like, you know, his body is in very huge peril. And again, here you have like, yeah, maybe you might think that the, you know, Frank and Angel fucking stuff is, a lot of people in the Facebook group were like, it's pointless, it has no point. It's like, well, you know, I mean, it has Glum fucking, is like Frank in Glum's body is fucking tormenting himself by watching this.
And this also addresses to those readers that you're probably not going to see much of that anymore because Frank's in jail.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, so it's kind of like, I love the story beats going on here.
And two, just on the theme of trauma on the next page, we got Maxine dealing with her Mickey Mouse situation.
Yeah.
And I think they do a really good job of keeping things tasteful and what's the word I want to say? I don't know. Somebody else say a word. But yeah, I like the way that she's dealing with her trauma, but she's saying, listen, I still like sex, but just because I like sex doesn't mean I want weirdos sex grabbing me in public. And she's telling her, she's like, hey, it's not your fault. These are all things that we brought up before on the podcast here.
Yeah.
And it's more character building stuff.
Yeah. I like this scene for the character building stuff, especially I don't know the woman's name that runs the SO or whoever, what her role is with the SOS. I mean, she showed up briefly.
Yeah.
But she's a cool character. She's very like, you know, very like visually, like, you see her, you know who it is. It's
Right.
It's a good looking character. Like, I love like her
She's
attitude,
cartooned.
and, like, yeah, and I like that she's kind of like being the mother figure for them because they are, this SOS team's a bunch of young adults, that still need a lot of guidance.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know what her role is, but
Well, she's
maybe she's HR.
yeah.
And she's like the counsel.
I kind
thought
of took
she was kind of good.
I took her as like the coordinator, team coordinator, or just kind of like the liaison.
Yeah, I mean, my first thought was like the Amanda Waller of like Suicide Squad, but not like evil
She
like that.
visually
like,
looks a lot like an Amanda Waller.
yeah, I thought that's maybe what they was going for, but
I do like the body diversity. Like, even if she is like an Amanda Waller swipe, like, it's cool to have a different physical looking character in the book.
Yeah.
A lot of cool looking faces in these panels. I like that first panel of her. I like the Maxine face on the fourth panel.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like lightly touched upon like how Maxine views fucking Mickey Mouse too. A mutant cartoon rodent. It's like, huh.
Yes.
Just a little bit, you know? He's a weird thing in the fucking universe, you know?
I mean, they do say he's a cartoon,
But
though.
like the
Yeah.
But also he's a mutant and a rodent, but not a ninja.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Like, give me like 2 seconds to get this goddamn cat out of here. It's going nuts. Hold on 1 sec. I'll be right back. You can keep talking. I'll be right back.
boy, I don't know. Now the Raven's gone, we can finally say what we want to say. And let me be the first to say that I think Raven's great.
Terrific.
And a real valued member of this team.
What do you guys think of this bar scene? Larsen kind of doing a different effect for smoke and stuff than he's typically done in the past.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know what that is.
It's not like a charcoal pencil.
It might be a mix of like Zipatone and like a charcoal pencil or a crayon or something. I don't know. I can't quite tell. The effect is so small that I'm not exactly sure what it is. But I think it might be like some kind of zip and something else working together. But it looks cool.
Yeah. I love the guy he's talking to, too.
Because he does not want to talk to this mouse.
Speaking of interesting looking designed characters, yeah, he's got a face on him. And I also like Mickey just walking around on the bar like he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of fucking, funny for him to just be like standing on top of the bar having a conversation with this fucking guy?
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be drinking. He's just there to complain.
He doesn't have any friends. He has to talk to people who can't leave him or aren't going to walk away.
I love how the bar has saloon doors.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't notice that until you pointed that out, dude.
It's just like another shorthand. It's just good like shorthand just to emphasize there in a bar.
You know those saloons of San Francisco? Oh, that's good, dude.
I don't know. This character, this Mickey, just reminds me more and more of like another famous guy who liked to grab pussies and just complain all the time to anyone that will listen.
Mm-hmm.
Also lies, because Mickey has never been number one at the box office. He's never starred in a movie.
Yeah, somebody who famously lies about their own accomplishments constantly. But I don't know. I can't remember his name.
Was Fantasia never like a number one?
Oh, I guess maybe he technically starred in
100
Fantasia.
years ago.
Hey, it is what it is.
But Disney has like always been very protective of Mickey. They just never put him in a movie because they always saw him as like a short star. Even in the modern era, where you'd think it could make $1 zillion with a Mickey Mouse movie, they just refuse to do it for the brand.
It's funny, Jim, that you should bring that up because like fucking ERIK was talking about how underutilized Mickey Mouse was.
Right.
And like it is weird.
So protective of him, they don't want to use him. It's baffling.
Yeah. It is weird because like when you think about it, like fucking, Mickey Mouse is not the main attraction of Fantasia. Like, yeah, he's in there, but it's like he's not why you watched that movie, and it's kind of like
he's not the devil in that Witch Mountain segment.
Like Buzz Lightyear has had more movies than Mickey Mouse.
Right. Like,
But I wonder if there was a feature length movie cartoon with Mickey Mouse, how fast would it take you to just be completely irritated by him?
Oh my
Well,
god.
there are feature length like direct to DVD movies. There's like this Three Musketeers movie that's actually okay, but
Oh, I've never seen that.
yeah, I mean most people didn't. It came out in like the early 2000s, but it's fairly popular among young millennials who are Disney fans. But that's the closest thing to a feature film he's ever had, and that was a direct to DVD thing. What was my other point? My other point was shit. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Oh right.
Nothing like-
Remember Raven, Craig, maybe. Even Mark. Do you guys remember that that
Anyone.
stolen brain short from like the
Yeah.
90s?
The Runaway Brain?
Yeah.
Runaway Brain? Disney buried that
Yeah.
shit. They hated it so much they buried
Yeah.
it, and they don't want it re-released. You have to go find bootlegs of it to watch it now because
Yeah, they thought it hurt
was
it, didn't it?
it was so off-brand. It was just so different than the usual Mickey. It just kind of got through during the Eisner era, and then they realized this is not the Mickey Mouse that we want to sell at theme parks. So throw this in the trash, get it out of people's eyes.
What was it playing with? Was it like a Mighty Ducks? Or was it like some kind
Yeah,
of sports
it was
movie, right?
probably Mighty Ducks. That sounds about right for the time. I don't think it was in front of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or anything. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely attached to something.
Why was
around-
it so like off though? What was it about it?
Well, because there was like a big monster Mickey, and it was like had like monster like Frankenstein elements, and like Mickey was kind of off model. You need to watch it.
It was like the era of like Ren and Stimpy,
Exactly,
where that kind
yeah.
of visual style was
Very
very
like
enticing to animators. and
mid-century
stuff.
looking. Like
Well, he turns into a Mr. Hyde version of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Like all like ragged looking and like he's like like
Here,
you know.
I'll post an image real quick just to give a sense of what
Yeah.
it might look
Like there's nothing like actually like objectionable or like
Yeah, he doesn't do
questionable about
crack.
it. It's just no, he's not like taking his dick out or anything. But I think Disney was just like, this is a little bit too far for this character. I think there was a little bit too violent. Also, they were complaining about it or scary. I don't know.
You know that you always hear the thing, little kids were scared, and it's like of something fucking really like nothing.
Yeah,
It's probably what it
Batman
was.
Returns.
I posted some images into Discord chat. Just to
And to listeners who don't have access to the Discord chat, you can just Google it.
Yeah, Runaway Brain, Mickey Mouse.
Go to bandcamp.com. I'm sure there's some pictures up there.
So yeah, basically
Slash.
the most interesting Mickey Mouse had been in like 100 years got buried because it was too interesting. It is the long and short of that story.
But not
Because
this Mickey Mouse. He's
Disney
number one at
or-
the box office.
Yeah, not this Mickey Mouse.
Too big to fail, this Mickey Mouse. If I want to
he
assault...
can do anything.
Yeah, if I want to assault women in public, I'll do it. I'm Mickey Mouse. Sick fuck.
And then we finally get Paul's back here. Look at him.
Hell yeah, dude.
They're punching a dude named the Hate Monger, which is a name that I very much enjoy.
Hate with a lot of I's and G's.
Yeah, like the
Like
street in San
Ashbury?
Francisco.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
which I think they've got to be there because there's something about this architecture behind them seems very specific. Those gigantic legs hanging out the window.
Right, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, you can geolocate
Does that
this.
say erotica? Does that say erotica on it? What is it?
I can't read it from here. Like, you're right though. This is like
something acoustics.
yeah.
Or erotica.
I think acoustics is correct. It's probably a record store.
I think it's acoustics. Yeah. So I don't know if that's what it is, but it's those big weird legs definitely stuck out to me. So that's got to be a real place.
Do you think that like
So
this
happy
talking
to
about
see. I'm so happy to see these Larson cars.
that's what yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
The box cars, bring them back.
Yeah.
They're not photo traced. I love them.
They look.
Do you think that like this is like Malcolm has showing a little bit of character development? You know, he's more cool with Paul.
Well, it's definitely a funny gag panel where they're just finishing up a fight and Maxine just runs up and says, "Did you remember to do this?" And Malcolm basically just turns to Paul and says, "Oh right, can you do this?" because he forgot.
Yeah. Do you think this page is any more or less filler than like a sex scene?
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying is like all you get is like you don't even see the villain.
No. You see his feet and what appears to be a cape.
Yeah, it's like a.
Well,
it's
I
like
mean,
an,
you do. Good.
just say it was an action shot that teed up a punchline.
Yeah.
It's a 2-panel gag page.
Well, but you're also seeing that they're, they don't have the best relationship, so it's kind of showing you something that they're working together.
Right.
Yeah, that's
They're
what
working
that's
together.
what we're
They're
saying.
doing the same punch.
Yeah.
They're in concert with one another.
Yeah, that's what
They're
I'm
in
saying is
sync.
you're getting it's not a throwaway scene. Like you're getting character
Right.
stuff.
I just find it funny that the fight's barely over and Maxine's just running up to him.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. In the middle of like the fight, there's the guy still in the fucking air. It's
He's still in the air. Yeah. They're in mid punch.
like, yeah, yeah.
Then we catch up on Walter, who's finally arrived in San Francisco. My hobo boxcarring it all the way.
Pop quiz. Do
Okay.
you think that guy in the first panel's bottom lip was originally drawn in there or added later?
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, he does kind of
Correct.
look like a Muppet, doesn't he?
He's got that Muppet jaw. I love it. I love it though. Like I'm goofing and sound like I'm busting chops, but I love it. I love those fat, scratchy lines on him in the foreground. Like this shit is fucking fantastic.
And this chinless guy with the dot eyes and the upper lip. He's pretty.
I don't know which one that is, Beavis or Butthead.
Yeah.
At least he's got cool hair.
Kind of looks like Butthead.
Yeah, I don't remember which one was which. I didn't watch the show.
How dare you?
Guys, look at that last panel where Walter's running away. Are we getting a cat butt?
I mean, he wears he wears pants, but yeah, it does kind of look like
Enhance. Enhance.
Computer
Little
enhanced.
asterisk. Little asterisk right there.
I don't know, but that definitely looks like a guy in Duder graffiti on the side of that boxcar.
Yep.
And shout outs to Nikos
yeah.
for making sure you see.
See what?
See the graffiti.
Oh right, yeah. He put color on it so it stands out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Maxine's really naked here.
She's incredibly nude.
Very nude.
Yeah.
Much naked.
Although ironically wearing more clothes than Malcolm. He just got
Was
on
she
the
just
street.
complaining that she was going to have to start wearing panties again because of what Mickey Mouse did?
Well, I think she's the whole point of this is like she's trying to compensate by proving that her body is hers by doing this. I mean, I imagine this is an actual thing that happens in San Francisco. This seems like a San Francisco thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beta Breakers. Yeah, that's a real
Yeah, I
thing.
don't know anything about it, but I can guess. So this is like a nude fun run for anyone who's into it.
Yep. There's an image that Eric keeps sharing. Well, he's shared it a couple times over the past couple years of this child with a horrified face, seeing a weathered and
Oh, yeah, I
raisin
remember
of
that.
a man completely nude at the Beta Breakers. And I was hoping we were gonna see some kind of reference to that, like an homage, and we kind of get it there with the guy in the tiger costume, but it wasn't quite the same. Yeah, no, it's a real thing. It's a nude fun run, or people just wear weird costumes, but there is a lot of nudity.
In
I
fact,
do appreciate all these little comic cameos.
yeah, I mean, we see a Batman and a Spider-Man, and what looks to be a Super Patriot, and another Batman, and I feel like a couple of John Days.
Yeah, oh yeah. John Day of Plenty.
I like the mustachioed guy. He's pretty cool looking.
But
Yeah, Eric can draw some weird cartoon faces. He gives people some character.
But no, this is a direct answer to the previous scene where she's talking like she's literally talking to the woman's like, if you want to be naked in Beta Breakers, like fucking no one has a right. And like that's the funny thing is it's the old cosplay's not consent. It's like, dude, you really doesn't matter how someone's dressed or if they're naked. It's like if you fucking see someone completely naked, you're not entitled to take a piece. So nah, it's a direct answer to that previous scene. Like I'm sure somewhere out there someone's shaking their head being like tisk tisk why. But it's like narratively, it's 1-to-1. Like it's a sequence. Like this is an answer to the previous scene.
And it's like a way for her to like kind of reclaim her own sexuality publicly, and in some kind of empowering way. I think, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Apple rot.
Hope Mickey Mouse doesn't show up.
Apple rot, kind of suggesting the pet names get shitty. If you're like, if you're not approved of, you're no longer cornflake. You're apple rot.
So we get to
They call each other apple rot. Go ahead.
we get to the meat of the cover story. Walter's on the run, and I guess cameras are on him, and kids are gonna go find him.
Well,
Yeah, I kind of thought this would be a bigger part of this issue.
Yeah.
right. By the way, Mark, for your edification, the panel of Paul holding, the brownies and the milk, like while Walter's on TV, that was the Facebook panel where he's like, "Yeah, I might as well start using this Zipatone. When I'm gone, no one's gonna give a shit about it."
Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah, that's it.
that's the one.
What do you think? What do you think Paul is carrying?
It's brownies. It's got to be brownies, right?
You think the brownies?
I was gonna say Rice Krispie treats, but they are brown. So
Yes, and they're stacked weird, and
who wants wheat cakes?
it's a shame we don't get it. He wasn't able to finish his sentence.
You guys like boxcars, but you hate those shorthand brownies? Tisk tisk.
I just don't know if they are brownies.
Who wants shorthand brownies?
Who'd like some suggestions of brownies? Economic suggestions of brownies. I like Alex. We get a little gray-headed Alex there. G. Milf Alex getting a little cameo.
I love that nobody wears shoes inside the house. I mean, Paul is, but you got Alex in her little socks walking around. It's just a nice touch.
Some people wear socks in the house. I mean, I've always worn socks in the house.
The kids
Yeah,
are
I
wearing
wear
their
socks in
shoes,
the
aren't
house.
they?
Some of them are. Yeah, I think they
They're
are.
ready to go.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Assuming they put them on in between panels.
As long as they stay in the hard floor room, they're fine.
Right.
Don't you walk on my fucking carpet, kid.
That's
I'm taking
San
notes,
Francisco
Jim. I'm taking
filth.
notes.
So yeah, they run off, and Paul runs off, and they get mixed up in the fun run. What other cameos we got in here? I see more Batmans. I see a Superman costume.
There's a human dick.
Yep, there's a man's dick.
Is a human male dick?
A
Yeah.
human proportionate scale dick.
There's Marge Simpson.
Nope, that's a little head, isn't it?
What?
Or is she in this page too?
Are you talking about his dick?
She's in the
No.
mix.
Marge is on the bottom panel.
She on the bottom. Marge is on the bottom too. It's weird because it looks like
I don't know.
it-
I don't see her.
The
it
one where
looks like in the-
Tyrone's jumping in the air.
Oh, right. You are a page ahead. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
Sorry.
different page, yeah.
No, I was back on the one. Yeah, no, that's absolutely Marge Simpson, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you guys see that there's like kind of like an angel in the background on the kind of?
Yeah, those knee pads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
kind of an
And I was
angel.
wondering if that was somebody dressing up as Angel or... And then there's a couple pages ahead where somebody's wearing very similar knee pads, so I don't know.
Mickey Mouse lurking. Dun dun. Dun dun. What a sick fuck. He could be molesting any of these people.
Right?
But he's pursuing Maxine.
I like how she immediately kind of regrets this because it's fucking freezing.
Yeah, the defiance seemed good on paper, right?
Yeah.
Then reality hit.
Yeah, I do like the Mickey Mouse just looming and getting closer. Like he has a Jaws. That's great. And it's just like silhouettes, and you know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Mickey head. It's no doubt.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get the false Walter, which is John Day in a costume, which
Right,
is
yeah.
pretty funny.
The fake out.
But I guess Walter's on the Golden Gate Bridge, and so the kids go find him. Where we at? Okay, and then the fun run gets going.
I'm loving them doing those jumps too, those big high jumps.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
they're leaping right over the run.
Uh-huh.
This is why I want the kids to like be the stars of the show.
Guys, like sweet, subtle characterization of Tyrone, who is the smart one, being like, he's on the main suspension cable. He'll be on the upper
Yeah.
level. It's like subtle, but he is the smart one.
Right.
Like a normal kid's not going to say the main
What a
suspension.
nerd.
He's on the main suspension cable.
Doesn't know what I don't know what a suspension cable is.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's fun. It's a subtle thing.
It definitely wouldn't come out of my mouth naturally if we were in some kind of chase.
Right? But you're not a fucking nerd.
He's on that thing.
He's on the bridge thing.
Right.
Exactly.
It's a suspension bridge, you fucking idiots. What do you think the cables are called?
I don't know.
It's a bridge that is suspended.
He's on the bridge string.
Yeah, probably like a bridge string is probably what I would call it.
He's on them bridge string.
He's on the Sky Road bridge string.
Goddamn jungle cat on a bridge string. Gotta get him. Go get him.
Yeah, they're chasing Walter. Mickey Mouse is chasing Maxine.
Right. And,
Just about to touch her butt.
I gotta ask, do you guys feel the same way Maxine feels about chips and cookies?
I feel that way with like pizza.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people like, oh, what's the best way to reheat like leftover pizza? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
What the fuck are you
about?
talking about? Reheat.
It's never been a problem in my life.
Exactly.
You eat all of it.
Or die trying.
Yeah.
It's good. It's the most direct one-to-one pipeline into Eric's mind that we get. If you're wanting to know what that man feels about fucking cookies and chips, you got it.
I do gotta tell you one thing, like pizza, like is weird for me. Is like with most food I eat, and I'm like, oh, I can't eat anymore. With pizza, I feel like I get an extra 20% in the tank.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like I can always like, why is that with just like pizza?
the triangles.
It's incredible.
Because the thing is it wedges.
They are aerodynamic.
Yeah, it's wedges together in the box, and it wedges together in your body.
Even
Other
when I'm
food?
full, I can manage 2 additional slices after being full.
Yeah, and be comfortable
Because it's great.
and not feel gross.
Well, at first.
No, always. I always got room for pizza.
I mean, I've actually had to stop eating pizza as regularly because I'll pay like $20 for a pizza and then it'll be gone. It's just not economical.
Yeah. Although I feel like anything now is like $20 right off the bat.
Yeah,
It's like Jesus.
true.
It's Bidenomics for you.
Yeah, so
Right, Craig?
That's right.
I do love this
Gonna
food
get me in
panel.
trouble.
yeah, it's just sort of such a sudden thing that happened in this story. It's that you're not even sure what's going on.
Boom.
The big foom?
Big foom, yeah.
Boom. Some
right
huge
as he's about to touch
explosion.
her ass.
He's reaching for it.
I thought this is when we finally get Mickey Mouse's weird cartoon.
He smacked her ass so hard it
Powers.
sent shockwaves.
Yeah.
That is a great panel, though.
Oh yeah,
Everybody
dude.
flying around.
I
Yeah.
love the shadowing on like that middle character just getting whiplash. Boom.
Fucking obliterated.
Somebody blows up there. Walter
see,
gets
like-
tranquilized, and
You see like Malcolm and Hara on the side there.
Yeah, like the little Malcolm, and he's pushed
Yeah.
Maxine to safety.
Yeah.
you can see her boot, so you know it's her.
Boots with the fur. Oh, we're not.
And then this last page.
Not the last page.
How happy were you guys on the final page? The splash
Oh,
page.
you skipped a page.
Yeah, there's another
I
page
did?
with Kids and Walter.
Hold
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Is like following up.
Hold on, wait a minute, guys.
What?
On the Foom panel, is that a dickhead in the top left corner of that panel?
Dick. Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
It's got to be right. It's got to be right.
It's the other or his other foot.
No, no way. It's no. There's no way. Even for Eric, that's not another foot. No, because that round
Of course
shadow.
you caught that.
That round shadow.
Of course you caught that, and you're gonna analyze it, of course.
That round shadow under Malcolm's chin is definitely the other knee. That's a dickhead. Okay, I'm just making sure. I want the readers to get their money's worth, dude.
So how many dicks have we seen in this issue?
Quite a few, if you're
3.
including monster dicks.
All right, so Gavin is going to have to update the wiki.
The dick list.
Yeah, the dick list
Dicks
for this
and
issue.
lips.
Do you know how Eric will like name like minor characters? Do you think Gavin's pester and was like, Eric, we need a name for the guy whose dick is in the Foom panel?
What's Dick guy's name?
Dickless Nicholas.
Dickless Nicholas.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I was gonna say
So Walter's been tranquilized. All right, let's. We're going.
Well,
Somebody's got to
let's
get to
let's
bed.
hope he's been tranquilized. He better be tranquilized. I'll be fucking pissed. If
yeah,
he's
dude.
dead.
If he's
I'll be
dead,
fucking
I'm
furious.
gonna be mad.
That would be hilarious, though. You know, over 3 issues, you're watching him traverse the country to get there, and then he just gets killed.
Yeah.
On a bridge
That's it.
Get
string.
Done.
shot off panel.
On a bridge string of all things.
Just done, never seen again. Yeah, well, sometimes life's like that.
Yeah. In
Duh.
Savage Dragon especially.
The Seeker. I was waiting
Walter.
for Jim to blow up on the mention of the Seeker.
You're right. He showed a lot of restraint. I was impressed. Travis
did.
really baited him on that one, and he fucking held back.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, I can tell who was eating a sandwich during my email.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about the email.
That was 4 hours ago.
Right.
How are we supposed to remember that?
No, but the kids bring up a good point. How the fuck do you shoot a tiger man like he's just a normal ass tiger? He's wearing clothes. What's their justification?
Yeah, there's super freaks and there's all kinds of weird stuff. People running around. They should be used to this kind of stuff, right?
You'd
Yeah.
think. You'd think.
You see a tiger man on your bridge strings, you let him run.
I mean, they're
Guys.
pretty quick to shoot a normal man, so.
Right. I mean,
why
they're
you
cops,
think
so.
a
It's-
Tiger Man.
It's San Francisco. You know,
Guys,
it's that weird California liberal. They love shooting.
Yeah, well,
How do
cops
we-
are cops wherever you are.
Rodney King. Go ahead.
how do we feel about this fucking guy?
I mean, I wonder
We
if
don't
he's
even
the.
get-
I wonder if he's the knee pads we saw earlier, because they are.
I was so happy to see him.
They're
Who?
very angel-looking
Yeah.
star.
This
pads.
this new man. I was
Oh.
just excited we're finally getting a new villain.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's.
Love a new villain.
It was a nice last page Splash Surprise.
Yeah.
We haven't been doing a lot of those lately.
Correct. Yeah, no, I
He's got,
dig it.
like some kind of beam powers or explosion powers from his hands.
Yeah, his hands seem to be explosive.
He blew up Maxine's butt.
What if Mickey Mouse saves the day?
Oh, wow.
What if he cartoon mallets this guy into a pancake,
What if he grabs his ass?
jams his finger in this guy's pussy? His robot pussy.
And when he reaches around to swat him off, he destroys his own ass.
He grabs him by the dick, rips the dick off like he's pulling a pin from a grenade, and then he throws him, because he's an explosive man, into the sun.
Mickey Mouse, hero to all.
Anyway, this
funny when
guy
this
seems like a scumbag, so...
Seems like San Francisco's not the place for this guy.
Right?
Or he came here on purpose to clean it up.
Yeah, he's definitely like a Westboro church member, right?
Yeah.
Like hates fucking everyone. Masturbators? That's like most people.
I bet this is one of those weirdos who doesn't wipe his own ass because he thinks it's gay.
There are people out there like that?
That's a thing. It's a real thing. It's a problem.
No.
That's insane.
There are people who think masturbating's gay because you're touching a man's dick.
Yeah.
Then there are the real weirdos that think...
If it's a gay man's dick.
What are you holding your penis? What are you
And then there are the real fuckheads who won't have sex because they think any pleasure of the penis is gay. These are real people with real
This
problems.
is insanity.
Are these the Proud Boys?
Yes, among others.
This is
So I
insane.
know they have a thing where they don't jerk off.
Are you fucking kidding me? No wonder they're assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not allowed to jerk off.
I mean, there's some people with
They're
some
not
pretty
allowed.
bad hang-ups about sex out there.
Who's not allowing them?
the proudest boys, I guess.
But
The real proud boy.
But as I understand it, the not wiping your ass thing's real, and it's seriously fucked up.
That is...
Really?
That is the stupidest goddamn shit I've ever heard in my
This is
life.
the first time hearing it.
Yeah. That sounds outrageous.
I mean, what do they get? Just to get a bidet and hope for the best?
Just think they have shitty assholes.
Wow.
They just wear diapers. They're okay with wearing diapers. That's not gay.
Just wait till the shit falls off. What an insane tyrant or tangent we went on, guys. I'm distracted by the guy with the big fucking pants, like the blonde guy with the big pants.
Oh, the one running away? Yeah.
How is he simultaneously a background character yet a foreground, yet the focus?
Well, he's got color. He's not a solid color like some of the others. Like this clown in the background and this
That's what I'm saying
pink
is-
woman behind Mickey.
Nikos was like, "There's no way I'm letting this guy blend into the background."
No.
Fucking.
It's a great
I think
scene,
it
though.
also, because we're looking at a digital copy, and then you can see where the page border would be, and he's breaking that.
Right.
So maybe that's what's making him come a little forward toward
That
us.
makes sense. That's true.
He's popping off that.
In
page.
the print copy, it's probably trimmed off considerably in the bleed.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting, even in this splash page, we see that Maxine's not the only naked person. There's several other naked people here on this last page.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not so weird that she did it, but like, I love this because it's like fucking, you really were just expecting Mickey Mouse to be the build.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we get the old,
And then there's him
there he is.
peeking over behind.
Yeah, there he is, not the build. He's in the background.
This lesser threat, yes.
Dun, dun, denied. Like,
What do you think this new guy's name should be?
It's the thing, we don't get his name. He just rambles
He
on.
doesn't get a name.
Although they emphasize
Mitchell.
death, so I wonder if he's called Death.
let's think a minute. He's got explosion powers. He's clearly a bigot,
He's covered in stars.
covered in stars.
Mhm.
He should be Stars Hole.
All right, there you go, Eric.
Stars Hole.
Stars Hole.
Stars Hole.
Stars Hole.
You got it.
All the
Arsehole.
people who like to say arse, they're loving it. So just saying. I realize that wasn't such a good one for Americans, but
Gotta pronounce it right. You gotta say Stars Hole. That's not right.
Stars Hole.
I can't do it. My
Stars
Scottish
and
accent's not great.
strife.
No,
I don't know. I'm just glad we got a new villain.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's you're Mark, you're
Doesn't look like he's gonna stick around very
Yeah,
long.
he
but
didn't even make the cover.
No, he just doesn't have a name.
yeah. I'm with you, dude. Like, I'm just glad we have a new villain. Like, fuck yeah. Give me all those new villains you can. So wait a minute. Don't you also think that while a universe trembles, don't you think that's quite the leap? That's quite the leap from the street level action to an entire universe trembling.
Yeah.
Well,
I like it. I'm saying
maybe
like
it's
no, I'm just saying like I like it because like just seeing that like tease of the name of the next issue kind of like makes my mind be like, God damn, how do we get from like Walter on a bridge and like fucking Malcolm and Maxine in the streets to like a whole goddamn universe trembling? I don't know. I'm into
I think
it.
it might be hyperbole.
No,
I think it might be marketing.
no, I don't believe it.
Get you excited for that next issue, Raven.
Nah, not me. Could never be me.
what's,
So who drew?
what's the next cover?
It's the one with Mickey Mouse
cover is
walking
the
up.
Mickey Mouse.
Walking up on the SOS.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, well the universe is trembling. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They are pretty afraid on that cover. Perhaps Mickey Mouse gets universal powers.
Time to die.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of perverts and sexual deviants.
Yeah, who was the coward who couldn't draw Dragon's dick?
Well, not me, dude. Listen, if it's me, it's right. It's poking out like it's just hidden by Malcolm's leg.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it's
I meant
out.
real dragon. I meant the dragon coming in with the
Oh.
bevy.
Oh, real dragon? Yeah. Listen, I had a mandate from the top. No heroic dong.
I see.
I can't be the one. Eric's got to be the one. He's saving that for 300. I'm not supposed to talk about it. I do have an NDA, but I'm pretty sure Eric does not listen to the show. But issue 300's big reveal will be heroic dong.
This is a great
That's
pinup,
it.
Raven.
I
Got
think
two
it's-
dongs. He's got two
we haven't
dongs.
seen
and he's
it
got
yet.
two toes.
Right?
Yeah. We can't
Eric
speculate on what it looks like.
No. Not allowed.
Yeah.
He's got micro penis.
A nub.
Because then people will assume that it's in canon.
You know what's crazy, Craig, is that you made that joke as a throwaway joke, but I want like the most astute Larsen fans will realize he has drawn micro penis. Remember his Punisher pinup?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
No, was that? Yeah, it was Punisher.
Yep,
Yeah,
it
where he was on the beach and he was naked and like he had the nub. He had the thumb nub.
Tiniest little. Yeah.
That's it.
This is a good drawing, Raven. Well done.
Thanks, guys. You know?
Yeah, what's the story? But I know you posted it up on your page.
Well, you-
Did Eric contact you, or did you throw it out to him? Like, hey, you want to use this? Or
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. He was in the comments and he said that's a great pinup. I'd love to use it, or just something that simple. And I was like, or no, he just said, I think he just said something like, get me a print version.
Yeah.
And I was like, got it. And I just sent him a print version. And he was like, okay. Nothing.
You
to
really
it.
get to the core of the problem, don't you?
Yeah. Listen, weren't we just talking about this?
We were.
Yeah. Listen, this is my thesis statement on this piece. It's cool. If you love Cop Dragon, I love him too. He's a cool visual. You know, somehow Copaganda, we still like to see that visual of that hero cop, the sunglasses. Oh baby, it's just something great about it. But
I'm surprised you didn't go far. I'm surprised you didn't go for the wrong fin on top of everything else.
give him the wrong fin.
Yeah.
yeah, give him like the
The forward sweeping one with 8 segments, like
Yeah.
you see on the cover of the Megaton crossover issue.
Yeah. Nah, I chose to give him a proper fed, but it's just
Forgot to draw his scales.
Breathing fire.
lizard daddy, big lizard daddy. But yeah, no,
You would think he'd be able to speak underwater.
Blub, blub, blub.
I was like, we got to put Malcolm in there. We got to have Cobb Dragon. We got to have real dragon, descending from heaven to save, pausing his orgy, his heavenly orgy, to save his son.
It's great.
And I like that they're part of the team.
Yeah, they're helping. They wouldn't sit back at this point. When you spend that much time, getting poked by someone, they're gonna rub off on you and in you. And
See, I took it as him just leaping off a bed, and they're all like flying off of him as he like jumps off his cloud.
he's definitely
In
descending
any
from
case,
heaven.
I mean,
Yeah.
I thought that he would be with a bunch of leggy supermodels, but they got some very hefty hangers there, Raven.
I definitely was the artist of this piece, and I am who I am.
Yeah, less leggy and more.
Plenty of
hefty
plenty of bevy though.
Yeah, it's a bevy. It's a
I gotta
bevy of
say, I love this Jonathan DeHenry,
Oh my God, yes.
Harvey style Angel
Yes.
and Frank story.
It was incredible.
Yes.
It's incredible.
He did the Mighty Man story a few years.
Well, he's done
Probably more than a few
a
issues.
bunch of comics in Big Bang Adventures. He's the new
Yeah,
he's the
he
new
does a good
he's the
job.
new go-to Captain Marvel pastiche artist. Does a lot of
Yeah.
Thunder Girl stuff as well as that he did a Captain Tootsie story, I think, with Mighty Man, which I think is what was reprinted in Savage Dragon. Yeah, he's great art wise. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
He
Did I say Captain Marvel? I meant Mighty Man.
well well yeah. I mean, it's in the big
Yeah, I know it.
yeah, but yeah, he does really good CC Beck. He does really good Dan DeCarlo Archie, and he does really good Harvey. He's got an incredible range, cartooning wise.
Oh, he's an amazing artist, dude.
And I gotta say,
And
even the
this-
tone for this is really good too, where it's a bunch of dumb, stupid, cheesy kind of jokes that you'd see in those Harvey comics, but it's also very violent
Yeah. Right.
and
Well,
gross.
And it ties in with like the story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's-
Like,
And it
even
ties
though
in
it's
with the
funny.
story, yeah.
It's the best kind of backup.
It's
It really is. It really is.
It's A+.
It feels like you're getting a little more comic. Yeah, 10 out of 10, no notes. Like, this shit is fantastic.
now Mark
Coloring
Lewis is
great,
credited
too.
as technical assistant. So you think that was with the aging
Probably
of the
the zip it.
offset coloring and stuff?
Yeah, the offset. Probably, yeah.
I do like it though.
Yeah, it looks great, and it reads
And
really
I-
good too.
I
I would
love that.
welcome more of this.
Yes.
I love that the back cover kind of is the story too. You know, it's part of the story.
Yeah.
Now, this is another one I think that was somebody had, or it was shown online.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
Angel and Glummy Frank, and then Eric's like, "Can I run this in the book?"
Yeah. 100%.
I also very much like the term Glummy Frank.
Yeah, exactly. Little Angel and Glummy Frank.
So, wrapping this up, how do we feel about this issue? I think it's generally pretty.
I liked it a
generally
lot.
pretty solid. Got good action, plot,
Yeah.
character stuff, good backup, good pin up.
You got relationship stuff. You got introducing a new villain. You get that surprise ending, that boom that hit in the face. You got a killer backup, an okay pinup, and I think, yeah, it just feels like classic Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll agree 100%. Like 9 out of 10. You always save your 10 out of 10s for like, those true like mind blowers. But like, absolutely, like I always say Dragon is best when there's a bunch of irons in the fire. Feels like there's a bunch of irons in the fire. Maxine's got her plot. The kids have their plot. There's fucking Frank and Angel. Their things rolling. There's 3 plots going all at the same time. And we're getting new characters. It's just new villains, new supporting cast. It's just he's working the new setting like to its potential with the fun run and the Beta Breakers fun run, I mean. And like, yeah, no, dude, this is what I want from Savage Dragon. Like, and it's coming out regularly. Like, it's everything you could want.
All the backup stuff is cool. Enjoyed seeing your pinup. Really enjoyed the Glummy Frank stuff. Hopefully this new villain lasts more than a few issues, but we'll see.
Agreed.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to be dead next issue.
My guess is he's a distraction so that Mickey can attack Maxine. But we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out.
Do you think Mickey set him up?
No, I don't think
Mickey is
so.
behind
I think
it?
it's unrelated. Mickey seems pretty surprised to
He
see
planned
it.
that ahead? Oh, okay.
I think that guy was.
I think he. What's that?
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that guy was definitely there to attack Beta Breakers.
Yeah.
Right.
That guy is the guy at the bar that's talking to Mickey.
Now that would be a plot twist, but they do have the same kind of body, don't they?
Yeah, but the guy at the bar doesn't seem to give a shit about anything.
What if he goes?
Although he has one line of dialogue. The only thing he says is, "Ain't she married to that dragon fellow?"
True.
That's the only thing he says. So maybe he is upset because she's, what do you call it? Not promiscuous.
Married?
No. Like an exhibitionist.
Oh, got it. Yeah, could be it. All
All
right.
right, well, what do you say we wrap this one up?
Wrap it
Let's
up,
do it.
Raven. Take us home.
All right. And 35 more minutes.
Issue 271. The rascally rodent returns. The famous star of stage has his eyes set on Maxine Dragon and Malcolm, and the SOS have their hands full trying to protect her. You probably won't believe this, but 271 actually comes with our highest possible recommendation. So if you thought that the recommendations could come any higher, you're fucking wrong. They can't. That's it.
All right.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. Yeah. So thanks for listening, everyone, to another episode of Savage FINcast. You can always find us at our website at savagefincast.com. Email us any of your questions, comments, or answers to our FINteresting Conversation to savagefincast@gmail.com. Of course, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and I guess now it's YouTube, whatever the fuck. I hate it.
YouTube, whatever the.
YouTube Music, I think, is the app. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and you can find us on YouTube itself. Yeah. Sorry, I'm checking out, guys. We're at 3 hours. God damn it. Jesus.
Thanks for
on
listening.
YouTube, whatever the fuck.
Thanks for listening for 3 goddamn hours. I don't know how you stand it.
1.5
Jim
speed.
can barely.
Bye.
Bye. No, wait, we don't know how to end these things.
Awkward.